17 rounds of qualifying are done. We had one heated out. So 17 rounds of qualifying are done. A massive day of semi-final action yesterday, and 2 teams remain in the fight for the Premier League title. It is Manning versus South Perth here for the professionals, and Henselite bringing you all the live coverage of all the action here at Yokine today. Clive Adams here with Peter Harris. G'day, Pete.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very, very well, and this is going to be a cracker. What a day it was for Manning yesterday. It took out Doubleview and Cambridge in consecutive rounds, and I mean, you could argue that Doubleview and Cambridge sort of set the pace for most of the year. South Perth started a bit slow, but they've really come home in the second half of the season. And Manning, they're a dangerous team, and they showed that yesterday.
I think we always knew they had the talent. They took a while to put it together, but you only got to make the finals, don't you, and then have a big weekend. And I remember them doing that a few years ago, so it should be a great game. Great conditions, still, greens running nice, so no excuses today. All
right, we are just underway, so this is the first end that you're seeing on your screen for Manning. We've got Mitch Walker's just played his second bowl of the first end. He's joined by Adge Heel, Dave Downey, and is skippered by Will Hyatt, and they are taking on the South Perth rink of Otto Dawson, Mitch Biglan, Scott Walker and Ross Bresland, the skipper. So that's the rink we've got for you. We'll keep you across all of the other scores, and you actually can do that. I notice that it is in the link there in the comments. There's a spot where you can go and click, and you can follow all the scores yourself. So if you're not happy with the score updates we're giving, you can check them all out for yourself there on that Google sheet. So no need to miss any of the scores that are going on. Great start there from Otto Dawson. So just to take you through the results from yesterday, Manning defeated Cambridge in the elimination final, went right down to pretty much the last bowl. We won't go through that. Pete, we'll just move on.
Oh, we can talk about it if you like. I'm okay with it.
Yours truly had a bit of an opportunity, but it was a pretty rough one, but didn't quite. We were holding 4, we needed 6. We couldn't quite make the 6.
Yeah, that's quite difficult.
Yes. And meanwhile up top, at Doubleview, South Perth did a great number on Doubleview as Mitch Biglan there just knocks the jack back slightly, but still looks to hold at least. There might be 3 shots to South Perth at the moment. Yeah, South Perth did a number up on the top green at Doubleview against Doubleview. That left Manning playing Doubleview for a spot in the grand final. It was Manning really quite convincingly in the end.
Yeah, Doubleview 2 shots at it at home. You wouldn't expect them to lose both of them, so both teams against them must have played really well. Because as I say, 2 Doubleview at home are hard to beat, and especially 2 games in a row on the same green, even harder to beat. So Manning must have really stepped up in that afternoon game.
For sure. Perfect conditions out here so far. Was a little bit of rain forecast today, Pete, but
it's rain forecast every day this week.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look too bad at the moment.
So hopefully the country are continuing to get it, but if it can hold off here a little bit longer, then that would be terrific.
David Downey had a big year on the mat now. He's had a big year, of course, state singles champion. I think it's interesting that we've got the Will Hyatt rink, Pete, because it's one that they've, as we see Dave Downey very close to the jack, just underneath. It's one that they've worked on, this Manning rink, for, probably seen, your Shane Knott and your DT regular skippers. We'll go through the other rinks that are playing each other in just a moment. Tom Mitchell, a regular skipper, but Will, just over the last few weeks, has settled into that role quite nicely.
Yep. I spoke to him at the academy pre-season. He just joined Manning, and we talked about where he was fitting in, and he was started as a 2. He said he was very happy starting as a 2. Get into the run of how things go and how things went, how Manning go. But clearly he stepped up to a 3, mid-season, and now stepped up towards the skipper. So he must have had a really good season for Manning to put that faith in him.
Now the other, as we see Dave Downey just with another attempt here, looks to be just carrying. Needs to sit off the back, and he'll still be pretty handy. So still a handy spot there. The other rinks that are doing battle here, we've got the top rink in the competition, Glen Pauling, taking on Daniel Truella. That's right next door. You probably see Daniel Truella just playing his bowl there. Next to that, it's Justin Opie taking on Tom Mitchell. And finally, it's Daniel Brown versus Shane Knott. So really some fantastic matchups across the green.
Yeah, no, it should be a really tight contest. Of course, all rinks you'd expect. Ross Breslin, underrated, I think, as a skipper. He plays some sensational shots.
Very talented
If
player.
he gets his tail up, he is hard to beat. So they really do need to keep him down early. Don't let him get confidence, because he is a tough matchup when he is confident.
Now the scoreboard you see on your screen, that will be the rink scoreboard, and then underneath we've got the aggregate there. So that we'll keep you up to date as best we can. But as I said, you've also got that Google sheet where you can keep an eye on the scores there too. As Will Hyatt, very close here, just needs us to finish off, and it's done beautifully. Yeah.
Of course, South Perth do. I'm not sure if you mentioned it. South Perth do have the white stickers, the professional stickers.
Yes,
they have professional stickers. So it's one way to different coloured bowls nowadays.
So perhaps a little bit of weight here from Ross Breslin now, looking up to land on that bowl or move Jack. Just underneath on the forehand, he's right in the area too.
Close to something.
What a shot this is.
Oh,
he's got the gap.
How do you get that gap?
Wow.
It might have been okay, because if he got the edge of the bowl, the Jack was moving, which is not necessarily what he wanted. Didn't nearly want it going in the direction that it might have been going.
Big shot over there from Shane Knott on the far rink. As Will Hyatt's just dropped this one across the front. It's gone far enough that it won't be in Ross Breslin's way. So probably expect him to play something similar to his last.
Yep.
Doesn't want the gap.
And he doesn't want to back cut it. This is the risk and reward. There's a lot of reward if he gets that bowl clean. But if he does back cut that Jack, then there is a lot of pain. So it'd be interesting what kind of weight he plays here.
Bigger.
Going bigger. If he's going to get the Jack, he wants it all
Looks
the way.
to be just under. Is he going to hang on for the bowl? No. So that will be one scored to Manning to get us underway here on the first end. Of course, it's 21 ends across all four rinks, 84 ends in total. Other matches we've got here today at Yokon. Of course, if you're in the area, we encourage you to come down and support your favourites. We've got Mount Lawley playing Gosnells, which is a bit of a celebration match in a way, isn't it, Pete? Because both of them are guaranteed promotion into Premier next year.
Yes, definitely. So Mount Lawley's had a great year, but Gosnells has pushed them, I'm going to say surprisingly pushed them this year, which is a credit to them. You've got the old stager, we're going to say the old stager, Grant Nicol, who has been leading the way for them and certainly led the way yesterday for them in the second game. A really experienced Premier League leader for Osborne Park.
Big win.
But he had a big win, big skipper. He's gone back home really to Gosnells where he started and led the way for them. So they've done really well.
A couple of synthetic green clubs up into Premier, so more synthetic up there. I think we've only got 3 grass left in Premier League.
Yeah, with Mosman and so one synthetic goes out, 1 grass goes out. So Mitch, really good shot on the front of the Jack.
Great bowl. Makes that bowl just past the Jack all the more valuable as well, doesn't it, Pete?
Yep. Another country boy who's trying his luck in the metropolitan area, has done for a few years.
So after one end completed across the boards, it's a 5-1 lead to Manning on the aggregate. Sorry, 4-1. 4-1. 4-1 lead to Manning. So 3 out of the 4 ends that have been played so far going the way of the Eagles, and they would have been keen for a solid start, because I think it's probably fair to say South Perth goes into this one as favourite, Pete, although if we look at sort of a tail of the tape, if you like, in the matches they played earlier in the season, they've played each other twice, obviously, as Mitch Biglin, what a great effort, just slides around the outside of the Jack. Manning defeated South Perth 84-74 at Manning, and then South Perth were 89-68 winners at South Perth. And that was largely due to a big win by Justin Opie over Daniel Truella. So maybe that Justin Opie rink might be the one that holds the key to South Perth's performance. They've been very good in the back end of the season.
Yeah, he tends to
real leader too.
Yeah, he tends to win quite well when he does win. So It's hard to say with, Glenn Pauling's rink is the best rink in the competition. But
Yes.
as for consistency, but probably, the tail of the tape may well be that Justin Opie, Tommy Mitchell rink when it comes down to the aggregate. Mitch is really close again. Is that it?
That's outstanding. What a great
Fair
shot
shot.
from Mitch Bing. They might both be touching. One up is the
Ross.
signal. Not much in it.
Both of them, neither of them have sprayed short.
He's gone on the hunt. Ross has gone on the hunt looking for some spray.
Oh, no.
Will's got him covered.
Yeah, Will's got him covered and didn't tell him. Well played, Will. That's nice work.
He's going to go. He's still working to try and get a spray, is Ross.
Yeah. That's good work. I like that.
Fair
That's a
effort
great
there
shot here
from
too.
Dave Downey. Wow.
Didn't get shot, but made it better.
It hasn't taken long for the guys to settle in. The green looks great.
Yes, no, it looks great. Probably maybe the strength from last year. Scotty was a skipper last year, Scott Walker.
Yep.
Playing 3 this year, so just adds to that depth that they do have, where they had a couple come in, like a Daniel Brown and a Lee Such.
Well, and a Bo Manton of late as
Bo
well.
Manton was really late, came back from Queensland just in time to play his 4 games. So they've certainly added to their depth.
Is Dave Downey going to get contact? He was very close. Well, that's a super shot.
Oh, it did rock out.
Yeah, looks like he's made shot from our angle. Up and down, says Ross Bresland. Changes Scotty Walker now to the forehand. Looking for something similar, really, similar sort of contact.
So it's good to see a really confident start from both teams. That's what we want. We want a nice to and fro game.
Brilliant shot next door from Blake Butler. Yep.
Ooh, surround sound.
Scotty just dropping underneath. So. Great effort.
Nice
Perfectly
home.
weighted.
Nice home. So Will Hyatt making his way to the mat. Nothing, I must say, nothing hurries Will Hyatt up. He has his own pace.
Character, isn't he?
Very calm. Has his pace. He sticks with it.
Played some big shots yesterday. I saw them firsthand. Well, I was next door to him.
Yep. He's sliding around the top. It doesn't matter if an opposition plays quick or slow. It doesn't change his, which is a really good habit to be in.
A little bit of an opportunity looming next door for Daniel Truella. Glenn Pauling just missing
Ross
with
is
the
close
drivers.
as Jack here.
Look
This is a
at
great
this.
shot. Oh, did it go too far?
Needless to say, it was still a wonderful bowl. Jack buried away in the middle of all those bowls.
It's in the middle there somewhere. It's in front of Ross's bowl, last bowl, and in front of must be Dave Downey's red and black one. It's in between those two somewhere.
So more weight.
Clearly, South Perth are up.
Yes.
You need to have a little bit of action off the shelf here. Didn't get it.
Now, Ross has got a bowl left, but he's coming down to have a look because I don't know what more he can do here. He may choose to take the shot here. We assume it's only one.
We do. Ross has never won to back down.
He also might choose to have a practice bowl.
He is also an old fox who may just draw wide purposely.
Yeah.
Just to...
There's no need to waste a bowl early in the game. Draw back to the tee or something like that if you can't draw the shot.
Yep. He's looking at it rather closely for a practice bowl.
It looks gentle. Yeah, it was a gentle draw with the emphasis on the gentle. Yeah. 2, it looks like.
2.
To South Perth.
There you go.
So a 2-1 lead after 2 ends here to Ross Bresland over Will Hyatt. And 2 shots that South Perth needed just to get the board ticking over in their direction as well early.
Calm the nerves, get on the board.
Now I think Daniel Trewella's holding a few next door. It's at least 2, maybe 3. And Glenn Pauling's playing his last bowl there. So we'll just keep an eye on that for you. And it is weight again from Glenn Pauling.
You expect he'd only be 2 down if he is playing weight.
And he's missed wide, so it looks like it might be a bit of a collect there for Manning. Bit of room for Daniel Trewella to draw another one. That was courtesy of that Blake Butler bowl that made a big conversion. Shane Knott's won another end over there for Manning on the far rink, so Manning still holding the lead overall. We'll give you updates on that aggregate every couple of ends. Do have young Callum Alberti looking after the aggregate board here. I did tell him, make sure you get the maths right.
Yes.
Nothing worse than an aggregate board that's wrong.
Yes.
Dean, you can get all the live scores on that Google sheet that's in the comments. So if you click on that, that will be as up-to-date as you'll get because we are updating those scores as they happen. But we will give you some updates from the other games as they start to unfold. As I say, that there's no score update from Joondalup Kalamunda, but I think they were a little bit late starting, so they've probably only just finished their first end.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, those updates will come through. And they're all there. If you just scroll down on that page, on that Google page, you get everything you need, Dean.
So Mitch has started the game really well. He's had a very good year as well, very consistent.
Mitch Bigland?
Mitch Bigland, so
yep.
Did well in the state
got
singles.
2 Mitches, mate.
So, yes. Mitch and Mitch. Mitch Bigland, the South Perth one. Did really well in the state singles this year before he ran into a brick wall. Forget who that was, but it was a brick wall. He's had a few. He's joined.
I might remember.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it was Mr. Adams next to me. Joined the academy this year. He's had a little bit of goes in the development squad in the past, but he's joined the academy just to see what that's about, see whether it suits him or not. So there is an academy session at Mosman Park today for some. Mitchell obviously not. Just hung a bit wide, but a good spot to be.
Well, the way that bowl's sitting on the jack, it's not the worst place to be, is it?
No.
It does get popped sideways.
I guess all amongst this semi-experienced Manning team is the really experienced Adge Hill. Been around a long time, played a lot of good bowls.
7-3 lead to Manning on the aggregate at the moment after 7 ends have been completed across the boards. 7-3 to Manning.
So there's a bit of a crowd forming, but there's always room for more. It's a terrific day to be here with a light breeze, cloud cover, so there's not too much sun. So one of those good Scott bowls that is also not so good. Does make the wall up just a little bit more. It's sitting a bowl or so in front of that jack high, the shot bowl. So
it's given Dave Downey permission to reach now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And work off it. Just looks to be on the wide side.
That's the right weight. You played the right weight with the right shot. Just got to want to tidy that up just a little bit.
Hello to everyone that's joining us. If you're unsure what you're watching, it is the Premier League Grand Final here in WA for the professionals and Henselite. And it is Manning versus South Perth. Hi Adele, good to have Adele watching from Northam. Hard worker in our sport is Adele. Now a bit more weight.
Yeah, they've got a bit serious on this.
Just a bit more weight. Yes, huge weight. And great result.
Huge weight. Jack didn't move far.
You know, we talked about that bowl sitting out there that was going to give them a bit of a chance, and that's exactly what happened. A little bit of a ricochet of the Jack. Hi, Carol. Now, obviously, a crowd building across the club, Pete, because they've opened up the park out the back for parking. So that tells us that there must be plenty of cars already in what is a big car park already here at Yokon. So great to see plenty of people getting out.
A lot of really well followed clubs here today. Mount Lawley out the side. Has a lot of supporters who come regularly. Got Joondalup and of course Gosnells as well. Joondalup gets a lot of support from their club mates as well. I was out there yesterday and they had plenty out there watching their divisions out there.
Given the fact you mentioned everybody else, you better mention Kalamunda supporters as well, Pete, otherwise you're not going to be popular with them.
Well, I was getting to them. I'd only got to one of the half of the white. I'm just looking at the back of me here, and there are Kalamunda shirts. There are old Kalamunda shirts in the ground, in the thing. So
big weight next door for Daniel Truella, but no avail for him. So it looks like South Perth might be looking to score back on that rink. And Rocco just coming up a little bit. He wasn't short. He was just came up on the front bowl.
May have dropped him for a second.
Will Hyatt showed yesterday, Pete, that it doesn't matter whether there's only a little bit of room. He can draw under pressure. He showed it multiple times yesterday.
Yep. He's got a lot of great things going on in his world with houses and babies and things, but he is certainly a name that will continue to push for selection in higher honours.
Blake Nairn asking if this is bocce. I think you know full well it's not bocce, Blake. Well, Will's a bit wide with this one, so
yes. I think he's trying to sit that bowl. He motioned that he was trying to sit that bowl.
Okay. Well, one taken out, and we've got the tape out to see if there's any more. It will be a score to Manning, courtesy of Dave Downey's big drive, and it'll be one. So we're locked away at 2 shots apiece here after 3 ends of our feature rink, which, if you've just joined us, is Ross Breslin, Scott Walker, Mitch Biglin and Otto Dawson for South Perth, taking on Will Hyatt, Dave Downey, Adge Hill and Mitch Walker for Manning. South Perth wearing the white stickers.
Daniel Brown's on the board against the Shane Notwing, so they've won their first end, 3-1, or 1-3.
And Glenn Pauling next door with an opportunity to add. Looks like they're holding at least 2. And he won't add with that one. So looks like 2 to South Perth next door. Yes, that is the case. So South Perth just bridge that gap ever so slightly, but certainly nothing to worry about at this stage. Still just single digits separating the two teams. Premier League Grand Final, Pete, it's about staying in it early, isn't it? Just let those first 20 ends flow.
Yep, whether you've been here before or not, there's still nerves of what this... it's been a long year to get to this point. And you want at least... obviously you want to win, but you want to be in the contest.
Yeah.
You don't want to be out of the contest early.
Down to the jack, just on the outside for Otto there. I can give you a quick score check for the other rinks. It's a 3-2 lead to... I'm just checking that.
Truella.
It's a 3-2 lead to Truella over Glen Pauling. Yeah, that's right. 0-4. If we do, I'll do them South Perth first. So it's 0-4. South Perth 0. Manning 4 in favour of Tom Mitchell over Justin Opie. And as you mentioned, Pete's 1-3 in terms of South Perth first. Shane Knott leading for Manning over Daniel Brown. Edge Hill able to do it with his first. Can he match it up? And there you have your latest. Yep, there's the latest aggregate updated for you. 11 shots to 6 in favour of Manning over South Perth.
So another good shot by Edge, but he again just gives that window, gives that shelf that you can now play confidently. So Mitchell Bigman has changed hands, or Ross has got him to change hands.
We have a Doug Kelly watching from Melbourne, enjoying the commentary. Morning, Doug.
A long way from home, Doug. So Mitchell, if he runs this out, he's not going to quite.
Of course, for those that don't know, of course, Doug Kelly, the president of Bowls WA, does a fine job too. To look after the president, he does a fine job, doesn't he, Pete?
He's a magnificent, yes. Magnificent.
Yes. Well, right in the area here from Dave Downey. What a shot from Dave Downey.
Not so sure.
Well, he's tucked it away a little bit. I don't know.
I thought he actually untucked it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Probably didn't quite want to get that much of it.
Probably a bit too far.
But now it's just a draw shot, so he certainly changed the angles and changed the shot.
That's what I was sort of thinking, but there was a bit building around the target.
Unless Scotty Walker draws a shot, then it was a bad decision. He just dropped out.
Plenty in the head there for Manning. Expect nothing too different from Scott Walker here.
No. Can't afford just to arrive on the tight. But it looks like a pretty pure draw from here.
Not quite going to get
He's
there.
Going to run it out. Probably a little disappointing because he had opportunities.
It does make it a little bit interesting for Will now as to how he gets in here, because it's that last bowl of Scotty Walker's almost right in his line for just a pure draw.
Yep.
He can play to Scotty Walker's bowl and perhaps turn it. I think that's what they're discussing right now, but it comes with risk.
It does. They've got the one, I suppose, the brown bowl directly down the line. So if he does wriggle off that front,
get to Jack,
which is I think that's called. I think Dave's made his mind up, which is great. They went for there you go, confident,
which normally means with a little bit of weight.
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
But I suppose confident that this is the shot we're going to play, and you're not playing 2 or 3 shots. So
he has got a little bit on it. Now is it going to get down under the first bowl first?
He's got a lot of it. He might be lucky.
Well, he is and he isn't, because that's sitting pretty for Ross Breslin to attack now.
Yes, he's lucky that he's still got shot. Unlucky in the position that it's finished up in.
Now the question is, if Ross gets to the blue bowl, does the Jack move? It's a tricky one to get an angle on from where we are. It looks like it probably does, but
I'm guessing not.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that's the angle we're looking at. It's tricky.
Yeah, you're 2 feet that way. I'm 2 feet this way.
Well, not a lot of weight from Ross.
No, I thought he might have been a bit more.
The squeeze of the jack's huge, though.
The squeeze of the jack is just as good. He might have got shot out of it.
I think in his mind, the squeeze of the jack was what he was really looking for there, and therefore that weight was right.
What he has done is left Will with virtually no shot. He just can't get shot. He can bang it, but that comes with a lot of risk.
I don't even know that he's got an angle that he can really...
He'd have to hit the front one, which is about Scott Walker's one, about a foot in front, and hope.
No, he's going for cover so that he doesn't give Ross an easy look at 3 or 4.
Yep, so they're conceding one, knowing that they're in peril of dropping a few more. And that does it reasonably well. He's a chance if it goes too far. But it'd have to go too far.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see how Ross chooses to play this.
Same weight, a couple of feet more.
It almost bounces straight to those blues. He just doesn't want it bouncing off them.
Yeah. So he doesn't want more. He has got a fair bit more weight. He's close to Scott's up the front.
Ooh, what's happened there?
Still one down.
Wow. All right, so one it is to South Perth.
So really good. We've been, I don't want to talk too early, but that's 4 really good ends. So
certainly is.
So it's looking good for a really, really close game of great bowls.
Clive Unglis watching from Sunbury, Victoria, formerly from Safety Bay.
Oh, of course.
And Clive. Got a good name as well.
Yeah, not common.
Not too many of us Clives around.
No.
Well, Otto's just overdone that a little, but
push that.
Never complain when you've got a bowl behind as a skipper. Somewhere on the line, you probably need one back there. So.
Yep. Justin Opie gets on the board. He'd be a bit happy about that. Gets on the board against Tom Mitchell. Not sure how many, but they put the mat down. So Neil Griffin leading them away. So it's something 4, more than 0.
Joondalup out of the blocks, leading 9-4 against Kalamunda behind us. And Gosnells with the early lead over Mount Lawley, 12-5. In their match for the One White Premiership. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, we know that Mount Lawley and Gosnells will both play Premier League next season. How's the season gone, Pete? It's been, I guess, if we're being honest, we were probably a little worried about 4 weeks ago as to whether or not we'd get to today. And whether we'd have spectators as well.
Well, spectators. I think I was always reasonably confident we'd get to today. I just didn't know how many players would get to today.
Yes.
But apart from a few here and there, it's actually, clubs obviously looking after their people. The people, individuals are looking after themselves. So there's not too many missing.
If anyone is out there and have missed the end of the season, we're thinking of you.
Yes, definitely.
I hope you're well, as Mitch Bigland does it again.
Mitchell.
Particularly his first bowl's been very, very good on each of these ends. Brooksy, Josh Brooks watching from Port Hedland, cheering on Manning.
As he would.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A nice reply here from Adge.
Yep. There's no doubt the pressure is on South Perth to win this. They've been close for a long time. Manning's come from the cloud. This is nearly a free shot for them.
It's probably a fair comment, that.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I think 6 weeks ago they were just happy to get to the 4 when they were languishing probably 5th, 6th, 7th. And South Perth runner-up last year. They've been close so many times and haven't been able to get it done on the final day. So they dearly love a premiership. So Mitch again, he's going to run a little bit, but if he slides past onto Edge, 2 great shots by Mitch Biglin. Edge has just cut his grass, but if he holds, still another great ball on the head. A lot of experience from Edge. You know what you're going to get with him. He's always going to be consistent. You know he's always going to get balls in the head for you.
Yeah, he spent some time out of the team, didn't he? But
he did. He did. But certainly with this, I say it is a young team, but it's a young team with a lot of experience. But it's still a young team, and he's pretty young at heart as well. So he'd be getting in along. He'd probably be enjoying where he's playing with these 3. Dave playing with that confident weight, looking to trail that jack down the line. And he's close to that too. See how far it goes. Well, Otto's in the game.
Bit happier with that trail this time around, Pat.
Otto is in the game.
Dave Downing's played some big bowls in this match so far. We saw him last time in this direction with a nice hit. Ian watching from the home of bowls, Scotland. Good on you, Ian. Hope you're enjoying, mate. Nice effort there from Scotty Walker, but he's just trailed about 2 metres past, so gives Dave Downing now the chance to really close in on this jack. He's urging it to run.
He wants it a bit more, but I don't know if he wants too much more, does he? A little bit more, but it's going to be shot. That is the shot. 2.5 feet short, 3 feet. So certainly beatable. You expect Ross to get at least one of those, one closer than that.
Well, if Ross can find the front of the jack, he could hold a lot more than that.
You're very greedy this morning.
Yes. Doesn't need to move it far.
No, front toucher brings 2 of them in.
Ooh. Could bring 4 of them in.
Again, you're very greedy this morning.
And he looks to be just under that line.
His weight's good. He still might hold for a shot, second shot. No excitement, so must have slipped out. But it's another one ready for that 6-inch.
The greedy trail.
The greedy 6-inch, just slightly to the left trail.
Blake Nairn asking the question, is that an ex-cricket superstar in the Manning team? Just might be.
Yeah, I think he's drifting along over there somewhere.
Brad Hogg came over. He was looking quite excited before the game. Great to see as Will Hyatt just pushing. It's not a bad home in a way.
I just want to say he does have the long sleeves on. I'm a bit worried about that. I don't know what that's on about.
So can Ross Breslin find his way through the gap here, or is he going to try and draw right round? Looks like he's trying to get right round.
Still get down to it there.
Just needs it to pull up now. He's done it.
So
very good shot. And really, Will Hyatt can't afford to attack this because jack movement is very bad.
We're looking to go the old under. It's good to see. I'm really glad that he's asked that question.
It's a brave third that says no chance, I tell you.
I don't think he did.
He's still playing it.
He convinced him enough that there was little chance.
He's on the front.
Which is...
Well, he's got the result.
Got the result too.
And he might have stopped enough to have a couple here. This could be 3.
Fortune favours the brave. Played a bit more weight than what he originally asked.
In fairness, he would have needed it to go horribly wrong for that to go badly wrong for him, but it certainly was possible.
But they knew the danger. They assessed that.
Is that front one in? Looks like it might be. That's 3. 3 it is to Manning.
They said they knew what the danger was, so it's not as if they didn't know what the thing. So
they discussed it and they accepted it, and away they went.
Yep, there was more reward than there was risk, and while that was fortunate favours the brave sometimes.
And it wasn't horribly lucky. I mean, he was right in the area of what he was looking for.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't horribly lucky, but to get it, I suppose, full and stay as well to make it the extra 1.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate your nice comments there.
Nice
enjoying the coverage,
Walker,
which is good to see.
Good to hear.
So 5 ends down in this one. 5-3 lead to Manning over South Perth. Of course, brought to you by the professionals and Henselite.
So 2 good shots by Mitch Walker. Follows his bowl as Will takes a drinks break.
The 2 Mitches have been interesting in this one because Mitch Walker's been around the place, but then his work's been undone by Mitch Bigland jumping on the mat for South Perth and getting it done.
Good play by Hilda here.
A little bit of breakaway on the rinks a little bit here for Manning, leading 7-3 next door. That's Daniel Truella leading over Glenn Pauling, and a 6-1 lead to Tom Mitchell. That's over Justin Opie.
Yep.
And South Perth leading 5-3 on the final rink there with Daniel Brown leading over Shane Knott. So just the one South Perth rink in front at the moment. And Manning leading the way. Aggregate board man's disappeared, so we'll just get you that one.
Exactly. Where's Callum gone?
It's 21 to Manning.
I think he must have scared Callum about
12 to South Perth. 21 Manning, 12 South Perth. That's your latest aggregate update.
Those penalties you said if you get it wrong, it was 3 laps of the oval you said if you got it wrong. And he's decided no way.
And Mitch Bigland, right in the zone again, turns his own bowl up, his own teammate's bowl.
Jeez, he's staggering for
the danger with Callum on the aggregate board is he loses interest when South Perth aren't in front. That's the problem.
He looks like he's
he's just walking along behind us,
staggering towards the ring. I don't know where he's been. Might have to have a word to his dad here.
Wow, great
shot by Adge.
Great shot by Adge. Yeah. Just down underneath on the backhand. Caught some jack, a little bit of the edge of the bowl. Perfection.
Big bowl by Lee Such on the Daniel Brown rink.
Don't you love the atmosphere of finals day, Pete? Cheering across the rinks.
Yes, and unfortunately that was missed with the ladies' finals day where we couldn't have those crowds. But so Mitchell, well, it's not his strength playing that shot, but it wasn't far away.
All right, we can lock in that Dave Downey doesn't want to move the jack with this bowl.
No,
right?
can we?
Trailing jacks everywhere, but he doesn't want this time.
Yes. No.
Ian asking for the speed of the green, Pete. What do you think? It's probably about 15?
15-ish?
Yeah.
It's a nice pace, I think. Looking across the heads have all been really good, so it's a nice pace. The players seem to think it's a nice pace, I think. One of those paces where you can play all the shots, you can trail a jack, you can sit a bowl, or you can draw around a bowl. So really good green here from the Yukon Club.
Yeah, fair call from Paul Butler. So Dave Downey as good as anyone on the rink so far. I think that's fair.
Yep. I think they've all been pretty good.
Yeah, they have.
But yeah, no. Dave has certainly changed things when he needed to change things. So Scott looking to turn something just on the high side. And slips on by. Dave again, I assume trying just to beat that wing Mitch Bigland bowl, the white one. Falls inside that, he'll count.
Well, he's right in the area.
Oh, you don't want it.
Doesn't want that jack. Try the jack again. He can't stay off the jack.
David, what are you doing? This is a good trail. I pay this trail.
Do you?
Well, I pay it better than the other one.
Certainly.
He's still hiding it away.
There was a good shot on for South Perth, virtually the same shot as what Dave just played.
Yeah.
It's much harder for them now.
Yeah, so, no, I rate that trail. That's okay. Don't know if he was trying necessarily for that. I'm sure Will called that, but Scott needs to draw a close one, I think. I'm not sure. Would it be 3? 3 or 4 to South to Manning?
Well, certainly, I'd say it's certainly 3. Just a matter of whether the blue bowl at the back beats. It's got to be at least 3. It's where that blue bowl at the back beats the wing. Still, big opportunity here.
So Will sticking on this backhand so he doesn't give any wing bowl for Ross to look at. He's going to have to draw it pure.
It's a really good setup for Manning at the moment.
One turn of those front ones, he might get through the hole here and still give the wing bowl.
Oh, that's
terribly unlucky.
That is not what he was after. Now, does Ross need to play enough weight here so he runs into the front? It's helping. I think he needs to. So that's exactly the weight that he's got. So it's either onto the front or just round it for a result.
Sorry, Otto,
very close.
Line, but we can tell you.
He's got right through the gap.
Otto, get out of the line, but
wow.
Viewers at home, he went through the hole between Will's last bowl and the jack somehow. I think Mitch Walker just had a look just to see if it was possible.
And Will Hyde will be breathing a sigh of relief that he didn't use that last bowl. So looking for a little bit of cover. You can see Dave Downey there indicating put one where his foot is. Matty just asking whether we could have other rinks on screen. We won't be, Matty, but you can get them through that Google sheet and we will keep you up to date with all the scores on the other rinks.
Yeah, it's a matter of clogging up the TV space with, especially if you're on necessarily a phone or something that takes a lot of space to have every rink.
Screen real estate, I think they call it. Hey.
Yeah, I don't know that.
All right. Big. We're not sure how many this is. This could be as many as 4 at the moment, or more.
Or more, at least 4.
And Ross Breslin's find a way in this time. Needs it to get down.
He's got less weight this time. He's going to help. Oh, no, he's not going to. He might have helped.
Well, he's definitely helped. There's no question about that. He's taken out any chance that it was 5 or 6.
I suppose that's a help. Just on the wrong side of Will's bowl.
Now, how much has he helped? He's cut it back to 2 by the look. 2, so yep. Great effort there from Ross Breslin. 2 to Manning, and they lead at 7 shots to 3. As we're going to take a word from the professionals as they help us out sponsoring the Metro Pennant competition.
When it comes to any property, it's what's inside that counts. We understand that the true value of any home is the life inside. Professionals Real Estate. International network, local expertise.
There you have it. The professionals, we love their work, we love their involvement, and all the stickers you see on the bowls, the professional stickers acknowledging their wonderful support of Bowls WA. So a 7-3 lead to Manning here after 6 ends. Of course, 21 ends is the trip, as it is all the way through pennant season. 4 games of 21 ends, 84 ends to decide our winners. Of course, rink results, while they're nice, it's the aggregate board that matters when it comes to finals time, Pete.
Certainly does. It's all about the big board.
Gosnell's leading at 19-10 over Mount Lawley in the 1 white final, and a 16-11 lead to Joondalup over Kalamunda in the 1 blue grand final.
So Edge again. Edge has got better and better as the game has gone on. It's going to slide onto that. Sort of slid onto the jack, give it a little kiss on the way through. So Manning in the box seat again.
Pete, of course, there was other finals played yesterday throughout the competition. Second division winners, Victoria Park Carlisle. Pennant winners there over Cambridge in the final.
Very nice.
79-61. Joondalup took the pennant final in third division over Perth and Tats. 89-77. There's a win to Safety Bay over Yokine in fourth division pennant.
That was on this very green.
Ah, yes.
Saw a little bit of that.
And our sixth division pennant winners were Bullsbrook over North Perth. Of course, fifth division still being decided today.
Fifth division is being played right now. I might actually try and get a score from there. I do know somebody down there who might be watching.
You know somebody. Connected, eh?
I got my favourite father-in-law playing in the game.
Ah, right. Great shot there from Adge Hill.
Pretty sure my favourite mother-in-law's watching.
The battle of the seconds here has been interesting, hasn't it? Adge has just started to come to the fore a little bit. And
I'm not quite sure if we've mentioned the other games recently, but the 1 white, Gosnell's leading 19-10 over Mount Lawley. And the 1 blue, Joondalup leading 16-11 over Kalamunda, with Wayne Nielsen, the 9-0 over Wall Taunton, being the match winner at the moment.
Great effort there from Mitch Bigland, but just leaving the jack behind. Good on your mark, enjoying the coverage, saving him coming all the way from Bunbury. That's what the streaming's all about.
Yep.
It takes the game to the people, which is fantastic. That's why we love it. Fair effort here from Dave Downey. Just finding the same gap.
Our favourite...
There's our man, Brad Hogg.
Long sleeves. I'm disappointed with that, must say. I have to have a word to him. Must be a cricket thing.
He is loving it, though.
But he's played a good shot. Just running through with that one. I was just about to say our favourite live stream general, looking after the cameras and things from Bunbury, Dean, came up this morning.
Very good.
I passed him on the road in the rain down at Baldivis area there.
In the rain?
It was raining down there.
Oh.
I thought pouring. Well, yeah, nearly pouring.
Okay, nearly pouring.
You know that. But got slowly
moderately pouring down.
Moderately heavy. But further it came down, it was great.
Dave Downey, I hate to update your weather report, mate,
Sorry
but what's he got? Great effort.
I'm happy to report no rain at Yokon.
Well, Manning just holding sway here in this one at the moment.
They are. They're
just getting to the jack first.
They are. More bowls in the head. And closer bowls in the head, obviously, clearly.
Wayne Rayner enjoying the coverage as well. Good on you, Wayne. Now, he loves his live stream bowls, does Wayne Rayner.
So Scott's drifting in. Is he going to pull up? He might not need to pull up.
It's a wonderful shot.
That's a terrific shot.
Scotty Walker right when needed, because South Perth do need a little bit of a lift here at the moment.
Do.
6-5 lead it is to Daniel Brown over Shane Knott. That's after 7 ends of that one, so they're ripping through their ends over there. And the remaining scores haven't changed on the board since we last gave them. It's a 6-1 lead to Tommy Mitchell for Manning over Justin Opie, and a 7-3 lead to Daniel Truella over Glenn Pauling. 7-3 right here it is to Manning.
So Will's got a little bit high. He'd be looking to get down a little bit of jack. You've got Dave Downey's bowl directly behind. Not that high, I must say, but just a little bit high. Turn Scott's bowl over by 2 rolls, which will be what Ross Pleasant's also trying to do, get down onto Scott's bowl.
He's not far away.
He's coming fairly rapid here. He doesn't want, or does he want the jack?
Ooh, I don't know that that's a good result.
I don't think it is.
It looked like Dave Downey was sheepishly trying to signal one up without celebrating it too much.
Yes.
It might even be 2.
It could well be. I don't think it really changes Will's shot. Sits on the back, falls in off Dave Downey's shot. As I say, they're trying to lift it over, but if even he sits down, falls down, it takes Ross's shot away from that hand.
Good on you, Vicky. Glad you're enjoying watching from Redland City. And Mitch Cranswick is showing a bit of love for Dave Downey. That doesn't surprise us, does
that
it?
doesn't surprise me at all, Mitch.
Well, hi, they're all calling for it to hurry.
He's what we need. Just sliding.
Well,
did slide.
Did it hurry? Did it hurry enough?
I think so.
I think the hurry was more concerned, really, was that they needed to get round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't want it to drop on the front.
Yep, I think so.
It wasn't so much a weight-related hurry, if you like.
Nah, yeah, just need to get past that front as soon as possible. So Ross will be on the 4. He hasn't got a... It's really just a Scott Walker shot. He's drawing on the forehand, a bit of a Charles Nice. You can see a little bit of jack on that forehand, so if he can get the jack...
Tommy Mitchell with a great conversion over there. High fives all round, but still a bowl to come from Justin Opie as Ross Bresland
gets down into that jack.
Well, he's close. Oh. Little right off the front.
Oh, don't. I'm not sure. He could
what
have been
has
unlucky
he
here.
done?
He could be unlucky here.
He's either 1 down or 2 up, I reckon.
Both thirds are looking at each other saying, what do we do now? Scott
look out, what they need to do is look out for the bowls coming from next door. There we go. Yep.
I think Scott has lost his tweezer things. What are they called? Looking at me perplexed.
They're called calipers.
Calipers, they're the ones.
Tweezer things.
Sunday morning. Yeah, tweezer things. If you've got some tweezer things in your
It's a very good point, Mark. We are sitting far enough away that we can't quite hear Helen Hamilton from here. But I'm sure she'll be making plenty of noise.
I've seen Helen this morning. She settled into her seat very nicely to cheer on her Mount Lawley boys.
Now, Pete, I looked away next door. Are we still measuring for shot here?
I think so.
With the tweezer things. They've called for the umpire with the tweezer things?
Well, Scott didn't have any in his measure. He's lost him. He's looking at his measure saying, where are they going?
Well, I can tell you Daniel Truella's about to pick up a score next door. Now, he's definitely got shot. They're measuring for 2 or 3. And it is 3 to Manning, courtesy of a big Daniel Truella drive. So, Manning are making all the running here.
They are. They certainly are.
It's now let's make that a 12-3 lead to Daniel Truella over Glenn Pauling. 8-1 next door. Tom Mitchell leads Justin Opie. And Manning have a very sizable lead here. 32 shots to Manning. 13 to South Perth.
And Peter Barnett, the umpire, just turned out Will Hyatt's bowl for shot.
That's 1 more to Manning. So we'll make that 33 to Manning, 13 to South Perth. 20-shot lead. And that's exactly a third of the way through the match.
I was just about to say that.
Where? You were still doing the maths.
Oh.
You were still doing the maths to work it out, weren't you?
Looking at all the 7s on the board, I'm thinking that adds up to a particular number. That's good. It's easy to add up.
A few people are liking your tweezer things comment, Pete.
Some things you see and you know the name of it, and it just goes out of the head. Out of the head. I've never got that close to use them. So.
Well, the time is now for South Perth.
They do. They need a lift from somebody.
One big score sometimes is all it takes.
Yep.
Or a big shot where you rip out a couple of bowls for 3 or 4.
Yep. They've got a few noisy people within their group. They probably need 1 or 2 of them to get excited about something. Great start again by Mitch Walker.
He's generally had 1 bowl around at every end, hasn't he? The second one hasn't been far away.
Otto's just pushed them through a couple of times. This one's a bit better. He's still got a hold. Still went through a little bit, metre or so. Peter Kerr gets onto the front of the jack in the Daniel Torello rink. Shane not having a running shot on the far rink and kills it. So, great shot by Shane Knott, kills the end.
All right, opportunity now for Mitch Biglin. He's got a clear look at the jack here, clear draw to the jack. He'll find his way to the front of that jack again. Well, he's certainly reaching. He's going to pass on the outside, so... Plenty of feedback coming in on your tweezers comment, Pete. It's
got
fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. They've got him out of the armchairs.
Paul Butler's glad you're not a doctor.
Paul, they all work in the end. It's the hand that's holding them that's the important bit.
I've even got text messages coming in, mate.
I'm sure I'll find something to take their mind off it. I'll forget about something else. So Mitch has gone through 2.5 metres. A little bit of breeze.
He's still going a little bit with this as well. Needs it to land. Well, he has caught a pace. That second shot.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot on him, but he was certainly sliding past that one. I don't know if Dave Downey's missed the jack going this way yet. We'll see.
That's a good point.
We'll see if he leaves it alone this time.
He's certainly been around the place every time, and he's close again, Pete.
He's close again. Come on, Dave.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, this is his way. What less? He's getting less of it each time, but
now technical question coming from Dean.
Oh
Pete.
no!
Does Brad Hogg bowl with his tongue out when he bowls, like he did when he bowled in cricket?
Good question.
Wouldn't surprise us.
I'll have to have a look.
All right, we'll come back to you on that one, Dean.
Yep.
Now right in the zone here from Scotty Walker. Just needs to catch the shot bowl, and he's done that beautifully.
Good
Well
shot.
played. All about giving it maximum chance. Dave Downey won't mind a touch of the jack now. Gets the bowl away beautifully, does Dave Downey. He's in the zone again, just dropping under. Caught the wrong edge of the bowl, but another one in the head. What he has done is locked the South Perth bowl in a little with that one. And Kyle has confirmed, yes, he does. Bowl with the tongue out. Yep. Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
All the important information. Kyle McElroy's got it.
Yes, no, he studies human movement very well.
Well, 2 good bowls from Scotty Walker there. That one won't count, I don't think, but it's another one in the head. He's done well.
South Perth certainly haven't played bad. They played really well as well, but Manning has just been able to get to the head. They've had the little luck of the bowls going in the right direction for them, and the jacks going in the right direction for them. So it won't take much to turn this score around. The other scores are a bit of the worry. Torella Daniel has, I think he was in the area. Got a little bit of luck, but I think he was in the area anyway and drew shot in the end. So Will close to this jack.
Oh, has he got the jack? He's just missed it. Wow. They were all ready to cheer. They were in the air.
Dave was up.
They were in the air as it missed the jack.
You can tell that he's a young man. I can tell. Not too many other bowlers going around that's jumping that high.
Helen Hill also confirming that the tongue is always out and always wears the long sleeves as well.
Does he? Sun smart.
Another one of these funny days today where it's overcast but still quite warm.
It is. It's beautiful. Well, it's a little humid, you could say, but it is quite good viewing.
Ross Breslin, well, I don't know whether that's a good result or not, because what he's done now is actually made that South Perth bowl able to be pushed through the gap.
He has.
It was locked in before that. So it's really a choice now for Will Hyatt as to how much weight he wants to use.
Yeah, bowl all jack now. Before it was just jack, now it is bowl all jack.
Will doesn't have the back of the rink. There's 2 South Perth bowls at the back of the rink. In fact, maybe even 3.
The same weight. He's trialling at 2 feet. That's perfect. And his weight control's good enough to do that.
Yeah, well, the weight's what you were indicating, Pete.
They've got an interest.
It's a flat-out draw.
Yeah, he's lost a bit of weight. Oh, I think it might have rocked off. I'm sure he would have loved another foot on that.
I don't think Ross Breslin is playing his last bowl.
Of course he is. Come
Really?
on. He's a gambler, Ross. Not sure Mitch is, but he certainly is.
If I'm Ross Breslin, there's no chance I'm playing this bowl. He's holding one and only has to rock. He could even be 2 down.
From the conversation I'm looking at without hearing, Mitch is desperately trying, I think, tell him not to play it. And I think he's finally listened. Oh, Ross, you're letting me down. He's a gambler.
Let's put it this way. If they're already kicking him.
Mitch.
If Rocco thinks he's playing the bowl, he's going to get a rude awakening when he turns around. 1 it is to South Perth. 8-4 is the lead to Manning here on this rink, but it's a far bigger lead across the boards. It is 33 plays 14 across the boards right now in favour of Manning. Still, it's early enough that you can chip away at a lead like this.
No doubt. No doubt. They just need something. They just
We'll
need
say Daniel
something.
Trewella just scored again, so that lead is growing for Manning.
Yeah, I think it was probably just the one. I think Shane Nott has just drawn the shot on the end rink as well. A couple of bowls left to go in that. Looking at the Tom Mitchell. I think South Perth lost that end as well, so more score to go on the Tom Mitchell 8-1 lead. We'll go quiet Mitch again. Very, very good. He's settled into a nice little pattern.
He hasn't been... You wouldn't say there's been bowls all over the jack, but he's been in that area every time. And that's all you ask from a lead. Don't have to be right on the jack. Lead lands his first bowl there, you automatically go, well, we probably shouldn't be dropping too big a number here.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, they're going to have to move something for them to be getting numbers. So...
We can do an update from the other matches.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Aaron's been a bit slow, I think, so I don't know if it's changed too much. Mount Lawley's 12, Gosnell's 23 after 24
I've got a
innings.
more update than
Oh,
that.
have you? Right there,
Gosnell's leading
refresh.
24-17 over Mount Lawley.
That must have just come through.
Gosnell's leading 24-17 over Mount Lawley, and Joondalup leading 24-20 over Kalamunda. Only got one job to do, Pete.
Oh, there it is. There we go. 17-24 to...
Yeah, pretty sure that's what I just said.
You'd be surprised now it's Joondalup leading 24-20. I'm on the ball.
Mitch Walker with another bowl in the area. Not quite where he would have liked it. I'm sure he would have liked it just a trickle behind, but...
So edge just going to drop short, certainly in the head, in the running, but not ideal. Mitchell's still on that backhand looking to slide under. I think Ross said lose a metre on his last, which still means he's arriving. He probably needs to arrive to get under that if you want to be close to the jack.
It's one of those ones that looks inviting to sort of reach, but suddenly you find you haven't got anything in the head if you do too much of that. Well, Mitch has just come up short.
He's decided he needs something behind.
And you definitely don't want to be short, Pete, because you know that Dave Downey will be trailing the jack. So
yes. Well, he's not so good going this way, trailing the jack, that is. He's been good playing. It's the other way he's a specialist jack trailer. So Edge hasn't quite got the weight that he wanted. It's one of those ones, Ross, as he said, he's 3 down.
Yeah, let's bail on chasing up there and try and try and draw close is basically what he said there.
Really try and cut the damage down so it gives him a shot at something a bit more expansive. Which is certainly Scott Walker's go. Draw close is what Scott does best.
Without a doubt.
So why wouldn't you use that attribute?
He's just going to come up that agonisingly metre short.
Great line.
Well, Dave Downey with everything to play to here. All his bowls coming up there on the backhand. So it doesn't need to be shy.
No, he's. I think they want something behind. So he's sticking that forehand.
Okay.
Where Edge did come up short.
Okay.
Yeah, and I suppose the backhand there's no dangers trailing, but it is a pretty good setup at the moment.
It is fairly blocked off, isn't it?
You don't necessarily want to just turn something over and give them a shelf. Or
that's a fair call, and Dave's gone right to where they would have liked it.
Split those two. Kept him away from that jack.
Only one is the signal from Rocco, just one down.
Okay. So he's playing through his own. On that forehand, gets the gap, sit the shot bowl.
We'll get some scoreboard updates very shortly because the two rinks that we're probably interested in are just finishing ends in that direction. So we'll get some scoreboard updates for you shortly.
Scott looks quite high here. If he's playing weight, might draw second. Another second.
He's drawn the shot, Pete.
Did I hear wrong? Was that the call?
Did you say that Scott's line looked perfect there?
If he's playing the weight he was called, then
back to the backhand for Dave Downey now.
Scott's got a chuckle on anyway, so I think there might have been play your own shot there.
Now, is Dave Downey going to get down here? He's not bad. He's not bad at all.
It's close to that jack.
What a great shot from David Downey. Look at that. The man's putting on a show.
BOG. Jack again. Hidden away again. He's first couple that he opened it up, but he's fixed that up really quick, and he's now hiding them.
What a shot.
Ross has got the hat off and scratching his head. What do I do again now?
DT with another conversion, and that looks like a lot at the moment to Manning.
4-5.
Oh.
Yeah, it does.
Glenn Polling's still got two bullets to fire on this end, so
but
all is not lost. But
it's a good 4-5. Nicely protected.
Very blocked off.
Nicely protected.
All right, well, we're back here with Ross Breslin on the mat and talking about nicely protected.
He hasn't got a lot.
He's got one bowl in the head and he's got nothing to play to. He's going backhand. Backhand with weight.
Punching a hole with his first, maybe?
Maybe down off the outside. Was what he was looking for.
That.
Does not want that onto his own.
Well, he does if he does that.
Oh. I tell you what, that could have been a very ugly result if if he
got
got
it
more
in
of
the
that
middle.
bowl. Yeah.
So Opie picked up, Justin that is, picked up a couple. That score's now 3-10
In favour of Justin Opie.
in favour, well,
Sorry, in favour of Manning.
yes. Opie 3, Mitchell 10.
Sorry, yeah, you got me.
It's not hard. Viewers and listeners, it's not hard.
And I don't see...
I don't see a shot for him again. Well, there are shots, but they're all danger.
I also don't see a South Perth bowl very close next door.
No.
So it's still a number of at least, has to be at least 4.
Glenn's got black balls, so we can see where his first one finished. Looked like the weight was okay, but he was, I'm guessing, narrow.
Well, look, to be honest, from our angle, it's at least 3 and could be anywhere up to 5. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Glenn Pauling's got 1 bowl to play there, while Ross Breslin's deciding what he's doing here. But it could be alarm bells ringing for South Perth here if they drop another number there.
We'll see what they decided. There's not a lot going for them here. Jack movement does work for them if they can find a way to it.
It's backhand again.
So he's got to find a way to the back of either the back of Scott's bowl or the back of the shot bowl.
He's looking for the down off the edge again type shot, I think, but that's sailing wide. Can't imagine Mitch is playing this one. So 1 more to Manning, and it's a...
No. Will Hyatt's not playing it either.
Sorry. Who did I say?
Mitch.
9-4 it is to Manning. There's too many people out here.
It's just catching.
So we'll get you an update. Glenn Pauling has he's glanced off the front. So it's going to be a big collect here to Manning.
3's out straight away.
And they're the 3 that we knew. And I reckon there's 2 more measures.
I reckon there's only 1 measure because that's coming out. The 4th is coming out as well. It's a matter of not moving it because it may move one of the others, but it's definitely 4. Measuring for 5.
Well, four it is. So we'll get the full scoreboard update right now, and it is
It's all Manning.
17-3 to Manning on that rink there. That is Daniel Truella leading Glenn Pauling. And the aggregate is now 43 to Manning, 16 to South Perth. Incredible.
Yeah, unexpected. Very unexpected. South Perth still haven't found that voice. So the leaders here just a little bit away from the jack than they have been. Opportunity for the 2s. Adge has fixed that up with a front knocker. So great shot by Adge Hill. He's just got better and better as the game went on.
Yeah,
Mitch had his number early, but
just those first couple of ends, and then after that, for sure.
So Mitch Bigland replies again with a really good shot. He would sit off the front, rock down. Again, it's a great second, but they can't quite seem to get to the jack first. The experience of Adge here, you'd expect to be climbing around his own bowl with a foot or 2, but
It might have been the intention, but
or you put one right in front so they can't get to it. He won't be happy with that, might I say. Manning are up and about. You know when Manning are up and about? When Tommy Mitchell, you can hear him across all rinks.
Yes.
And Tommy is up and about. So that's a great sign for Manning that they're feeling very comfortable and very confident.
At 43-16, Pete.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
But Tommy has got that voice where he can lift you when you're down if he uses it. And he can certainly make you feel it as an opposition that they think they've got your measure.
Whereas the contrast at the moment, there's not a lot sparking South Perth, is there? And that's hard. I mean, they've only scored 16 shots.
Yes.
Nearly half a game.
Yep. That's why
they need to find something.
They need one of their stars to produce something and then everyone go up. That's what they need.
There's actually a frustration looking across the rinks at the moment. There's just a bit of a frustrated look at the moment, and you can understand it, you know.
Yeah, no.
Probably a bit of a stunned
sort
of look
probably.
as well.
Probably wouldn't have been expected. Well, they definitely wouldn't have expected it. They would have come in here with high hopes. So we're not writing them off just yet. A bit of Daniel Brown magic, a bit of Justin Opie magic. They can carry you a long way.
You finish third or fourth on the table. The challenge is you've got to beat the other three sides in the top four. Well, Manning took care of Cambridge, albeit close yesterday, and they took care of Doubleview in fine style, and they've stepped out here with. Sometimes it's an advantage just to have that winning form, keep going, and just keep playing. I know South Perth didn't lose yesterday; they won, but they had the afternoon off. Manning had to earn their place here.
Yeah, and as I said before, they just come in with probably no expectations. They're happy to make the four. So Scotty Walker just played a great shot, but Jack's in the ditch. And Dave Downey had already put one back there, so he already had a feeler.
Got a good look at Mitch there, but that's all right. He's off that line now.
So again, the Downey bowls are 3 feet off, 4 feet, 3 and 4 feet off. So there's a bit of room. The jack is right next to the number or the bin that you can see there, the number bin that we're going to use. Oh, we just got the touch. Would have been interesting without that touch.
Yeah.
Don't know if it would have stayed or not.
I don't know. It felt like it might have just been making the ditch, but we won't know.
No, we won't know. Blake Butler.
Manning are dangerous when they're up and about like this.
Great shot by Blake Butler. Drew the shot right behind the jack. And on the far rink, is that Nathan Jones that just did that? Just drew the jacks in the ditch over there and he's drawn right on the plinth.
He's hanging right on the edge. I almost feel like if we breathe out from here, and we're a long way away from there.
Can say just like Will did.
Wow, look at that!
I think the far rink is probably more over the edge.
You can see it on our 45 there, that right on the edge. You're right. That Nathan Jones' bowl is closer
to the jack
than that.
And closer to the ditch, and he's right in front of the jack and closer to the edge.
Manning have all the answers at the moment.
So that's a bit quick. Something to work on. That's probably, I'm guessing, probably 5 feet, maybe a bit more. So Will again. Doesn't want to do any better than his last, I can tell you.
Not quite.
Not quite. I wouldn't.
Tell you what, he wasn't far away.
Weight was good enough. He's probably just a bit wide to actually count. So Ross, he's probably 3 down. You'd think he's 3 down. He's tight. So this is another score for Manning.
Well, has that Will Hyatt bowl made it with his last? We weren't sure. They're going for the tape. Mitch Cranswick's come up with a trivia question. Which player has won the most Premier League titles? I hope you know the answer,
Yeah,
Mitch.
because is he going to give us the answer in a couple of minutes?
That is 3.
Another 3.
So 12-4 now the lead right here on our rink. We might take a word from the professionals who are bringing you this coverage and bringing you the Metro Pennant season.
When it comes to any property, it's what's inside that counts. We understand that the true value of any home is the life inside. Professionals Real Estate. International network, local expertise.
Welcome back here at Yokine. First ball's been played by Mitch Walker and Otto Dawson's first attempt on this end. While we're in the break there, we heard a bit of encouragement across the rinks from South Perth, just saying to everyone, have a crack. Ross Bresden trying to make a bit of noise, trying to fire his side up.
There's a few from the crowd as well who are trying to inspire something. Not halfway, which they're not, so there's plenty of time.
But more shots to Manning.
But yeah, Trella won that rink again. Not sure how many Daniel got.
And we know that Will got 3, so we know that Will got 3 here, right here in front of us.
It's a shame not won that end as well, so I'm not sure how many, but certainly probably a couple.
Mitch is suggesting he has no idea of the answer.
Oh, great.
Peter Kerr is going for his 5th if they win this.
Okay, he's got a couple at double view, has he? I would expect. Because they're clearly not all at Manning.
And if they win this, it will be his first as a second, meaning he's won in every position, is what Matt is indicating. There you go. That's a nice stat, Matt. Good work. A couple of people suggesting Steve Sahoy. Got to be up there with the dominance of Coburn over the years.
I thought we were just talking about the
But if
players
we're talking about
in
it,
this.
Yeah, I don't.
I think Coburn, there'd be a number of them that were high winners, obviously. Certainly Peter Kerr with his stint at double view, that's where he would have got the extra ones. Obviously Justin, no one won at Bassendean. I'm not sure if he won one at Vic Park in the early days. Might have a couple.
Daniel Trella had a few years at Coburn early on as well, didn't he? So
Daniel. So maybe. But I wouldn't have thought there's anyone with more than Peter Kerr.
No.
Wouldn't have thought there's anyone with more 5. So yeah, that's a good record. So Edge is a bit off with his first, not off with his second. A couple of feet past. Just need Mitch Biglin to find that form that he started the game with. And he's done that with this roll. It's a good shot. It's number 1.
It just feels like South Perth have just been beaten into submission a bit at the moment, haven't they? They just need to find something going their way. In fact, Pete, I'm not sure whether you gave an update from over there, but
I don't. Which one?
That has Shane Knott. Yeah,
I know he got a couple at least.
It's blown out. It's 13-8. It's 13-8 now in favour of Shane Knott over
more
there.
Than a couple. And then the great shot, Dave Downey, is putting on a clinic. He'll probably win a state singles one day.
I
reckon.
I should think so.
Yeah.
Aggregate currently 49 to Manning, 18 to South Perth.
What have we got in the other games? Any updates? I've got Mount Lawley. You can correct me if I'm wrong, of course.
I certainly will.
Gosnells are leading 32, Mount Lawley 29.
Sounds good.
Well, only if you're,
it sounds correct.
Only if you're a Gosnells supporter.
No, I mean it sounds correct. As Dave Downey right in the zone here, just parking on the front.
It's got a couple of feet to get to. Kalamunda, I think that's a seesawing game. Kalamunda retake the lead 34, Joondalup 31. With a couple of rinks either way.
Ross Pringle.
Ross Pringle's 15-5 up over Wixom, and Leggett is 13-4 up over Cornthwaite. And the old timer, Billy Brandsma, just keeping it tight. 8-2 up over Wes Nelson. Scott just flies through a bit of it. So the crossover 1 down. South Perth 1 down, that is. Hyatt will be trial that jack around the corner, I'm sure, is what he's looking at. He's trying to, they've got the one 2 feet behind, which is Edge Heels. Just a little hide away the jack just behind the pack would be the ideal position. He might just have a little bit too much weight for that. Clearly that's his intent. And they've done a fair bit of that during this game, haven't they? Hidden the jack, giving Ross very little to play to.
Absolutely. He's just had no shot on so many times.
He's close this time. He needs all the bowl, no jack. He got all the jack, no bowl.
That's worked out all right for him.
1 or 2?
I'd say 2 from our angle, although 1 down was a signal from Dave Downing. Okay. So still in there on the forehand is the call. Turn the Manning bowl or get past it for shot.
Dave just remembered the camera. Thanks, Dave.
Well, Will Hyatt is super close.
He needs to hold.
What a shot this is.
Great shot from Will Hyatt.
Brilliant from Will Hyatt.
Played well. He skippered well.
Now, is he heading it away? Not quite. There is a shot on for Ross Brisland.
There is a shot there. There is a shot there. But another tough shot. Getting up that hole.
This is one of those ones where you sort of say to Ross, just let us know when you're having fun, because this isn't fun at the moment. This is hard work.
Yeah, you can use whatever weight you need to get around that, whatever weight you like. Just get around that and just click him out. So he's going with just ditch weight.
He's on the front. What's he doing with the front?
Not a lot, I don't think.
No. So that will be one more to the Manning combination, and they now lead at 13 shots to 4. And just to highlight what's happening here, they've won 6 of the last 7 ends on this rink. So it was, they were 2-3 behind, and they've turned it into a 13-4 lead.
I think that's probably the story of all 4 rinks. They've all done that. Obviously, when you're 17-3 up, you haven't lost too many. With the Turella and Pauling. Mitch Walker leading us off again, sliding on past.
I think it's a fair call from Paul Butler. He said every Manning player has played their part on this rink. Great team effort. I think that's a spot on.
Definitely. Yeah, there's been no passengers. No, we've talked about the Dave Downies, but he's only been able to do that because they've had bowls in the head and shots to play. And these front 2 have set him up to do that.
Well, South Perth have scored on the polling rink. And in fact,
got a number.
Scored a 4.
4. So that's 7-18 now. They got a 4, but you would like we were shocked. You'd like to have a bit more noise from South Perth.
A little bit more reaction across the rinks would have been nice.
They haven't got a 4.
They're shell shocked at the moment.
Yeah, they needed somebody to shout out.
Nice correction here from Otto.
Good shot.
Yeah, probably the first end we've seen on this rink where Mitch Walker hasn't had one right on it, and Otto's been able to take advantage. So, see whether South Perth can build on that. Fair to say over the years, Pete, Manning have had a lot of talent.
Yep.
And haven't quite recognised that talent in recent years, have they? They just... You'd felt like... they had a disappointing year last year. At one stage, they were almost in relegation talk last year.
Last year, certainly, with all that talent, they just couldn't get the right combinations.
Yeah.
They were clearly searching for it because they were changing quite often, but couldn't find that winning. And even early this year, the first half of this year, there was a little bit of changing going on, looking for that winning formula.
Well, they started well this year and then sort of dropped off the pace a bit. Yeah.
And they've moved things around. I think Tom Mitchell might have gone to 3 for a little while. And Will Hyde obviously started as a 2 and has moved through the ranks.
Well, I think
Blake Butler's been in and out a little bit with the various works and things. So
and I think Tom Mitchell's case that you mentioned, I think he's had a bit of injury to overcome as well.
Yeah, he's got an ongoing little knee issue that he has to deal with. I think Miles Kemp was out of the team for a while. So, but probably the last 6 weeks, a little bit of stability came back into when you got
There's
talent.
a lot of talent there. There's a lot of talent.
It was only just a matter of could they put it together. And so, really impressed team effort, but Will has actually skippered this team really well. He's calling the right shots. He's looking. He knows where the dangers are and when the.
Dave Downey in the zone again. Still 1 to South Perth here. Well, South Perth got that 4 on the polling rink. They need another score now to create the belief.
Yep. Dave will be looking for his usual trail.
So he's in the area again, Pete.
He's close to it too. He doesn't trail it, he's sitting the jack bowl clean. Didn't get a lot of movement on it. Did he get enough?
I don't think so. I think it's still 1 to South Perth looking at the monitor, but
still a really good position to be changing over in.
Not a great shot.
Scott similar, he needs to just get that jack around the corner. Get it away from the danger that his team's currently in. He's quite vulnerable. Just probably not going to quite arrive, is he? Helps, but probably not much. So I was looking back on the forehand. The angle's probably not quite good for the forehand, but he won't have to play too much weight if he goes the backhand.
56-22, the latest update on the aggregate board in favour of Manning.
Didn't see what the final decision was, so he's either playing bigger weight on the backhand or smaller weight on the forehand, I would suspect. Either way, he's looking for that Dave Downey bowl that's closer to the centre, looking to push that through onto the bowl or onto the jack. He's chosen the bigger weight on the backhand.
He's got chances, but not with that. He's just going to drop it well under. So.
Similar discussion from Ross. Not a lot. Does he turn Scott's last? Does he slide around it? It's a backhand shot, whatever he's playing.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, he needs
to score.
He needs to try and add to it.
But he does need probably more than one would be nice. So South Perth did get something on the Justin Opie rink. South Perth putting the Neil Griffin putting the net.
Ross Breslin with a fine effort there. He's just trickled in behind. Probably, really, it's the perfect weight for what he was looking for. Had enough that he would have turned the front bowl once.
So it's closer this time. He gets onto the Dave Downey.
Oh, he's got this. What a great shot.
Great shot.
What a great bowl. It has sat for Ross Breslin to still have a shot at it, but what a great shot. And that's the thing, isn't it? When you're in front and confident, you get everything as well, don't you?
You do.
Just the way it is.
It's
You
like-
just see it and get it.
It's like traffic lights. When you're late for a meeting, you'll get all the red lights. When you're half an hour early, you get all the green lights.
Big weight here from Ross Breslin looking to get rid of these.
It's close to something. Doesn't
Needs-
really want it. Oh, he's not going to be. I thought he was nearly sloping through that hole.
He has killed it, so they will replay that end. They're going to stay up that end by the look of it.
Conjecture. Yep, no, I thought Otto was motioning to come back up. He was just picking up his own ball. So I think the Daniel Torello ink is up again. They look like Peter Kerr's big yellow bowls sitting on the jack. So they're in great position again on that Torello versus Pauling rink. Nice start from Mitch Walker. Otto needs to answer here. He just needs to probably build the head a little bit more. Might just slide underneath and sit the shot bowl, which is perfect. Walker not quite going to reach, but it's only 2 feet short.
Yeah, still usable, isn't it?
Good enough. It's only one turn away from being a really good bowl.
Especially with it sitting up on its edge too. Goes up easy.
So Glenn Pauling didn't do anything with his, and I'm pretty sure they're Peter Kerr's big yellow bowls sitting on the jack, so there's at least 2. And there is 2. 2
it
to
is, yep.
Daniel Torello, so he moves to 20. Glenn Pauling sitting on 7.
You wouldn't rule out Glenn Pauling being able to close that gap. He is the top rink in the competition,
Yep.
so they've played a lot of bowls together all year. It's been an unchanged rink all year, I think. So you wouldn't rule them off
No,
being
no,
able to close
definitely
that gap.
Definitely
But they're
not.
going to need a couple of rinks to come. They're going to need a couple of rinks to close gaps.
Yeah, he's not going to be winning by 10.
No.
He's going to be closing the gap and then hopefully maybe sliding over the line if he's...
Whereas at the moment
Good
we're
enough.
really looking at three. Well, it's not quite double figure margins because we're only 9 here, but it's 3 margins that are starting to hurt. 2 of those have to close for South Perth to have any chance. Now is Mitch round the front. Well, he's done enough.
Yep.
And on the forehand with his own bowl coming up.
Yeah, there's a nice little seat there, isn't it? Turn his own, sit underneath.
Just looks to be getting too far underneath. Perfectly weighted. Joondalup have taken the lead again over the back of us, Pete. They're playing just on the green behind us, leading 44-37 now over Kalamunda, with the Leggett rink leading 19-4. I assume that's Ben that's skippering there.
You'll be able to tell pretty quickly. He needs a haircut, Ben.
Yeah, it is Ben. It is Ben that's skippering that one. And Mount Lawley have hit the lead over Gosnells. First time I think we've seen them in the lead, 40-36 over Gosnells. I think Gosnells been leading most of the way there.
Yep.
That's a celebration game for the one white pennant, with both of them to do battle next year.
David Rose leading the way there with 13-7, and our old mate, AJ, Andrew Jones, 12-6.
All right, back here with Scotty Walker. What can he come up with for South Perth here, for the Millers? He's reasonably well pointed, just needs to hang on.
Yeah, he needs to hang on at least past the front bowl.
No, he just didn't quite get there.
Is that 2 feet?
Not far away.
No.
Dave Downey seemingly close with every bowl. What's he connecting with here, though?
Sliding under.
Oh, even the little rubs are going Dave Downey's way today.
Yes.
Certainly wasn't far away, but the nice little glance. Bit of a rake. Bit of a rake was the call.
Paul Davies, South Perth, kills the end next door.
Is this going to get down for Scotty? No, not what they were after. So,
No.
still a good setup for
He's
Ross
stuck in
to
the
attack.
head. He's stuck around, so it's another one in the head.
Well, I think Ross is at the point where he needs to attack that and get the jack all the way. If he gets the bowl, great. If he gets the jack all the way to the ditch, well, he sits with it. Just again pointing out that this surface at Yokon looks fantastic. Beautiful green.
Yeah.
It's one of those greens that you just look at and you go, looks nice. You know.
They're playing all the shots.
Mm.
They're playing all the shots, so...
So Tom Mitchell won another in there for Manning, so maintains a 9-shot lead after 13 ends. So a score for and against either side there means the margin stays the same at 9 shots. It's Tom Mitchell over Justin Opie.
So Will's just tidied that up nicely. He's
taken the easy shot away, hasn't he?
He's kept the shot. Probably made 2, maybe. But he's taken that bowl off the jack. So now it comes a little bit more complicated. Still got to play weight through it. Well, this is a team decision. A few voices going there for South Perth. Just out high, is he?
Yep. Needs it to get down late. Can still get a result there. Oh, not quite. Bigger edge off that bowl would have been interesting.
Pushed his own through to a much better spot. That jack is a little bit more inviting now. And Dave Downey recognised that really quickly. It was quick to get Will to try to get one there. I'm not sure he might nearly draw another one. So Ross really needs to take advantage of that slip up. Didn't put the back one in where he needed to. He needs the jack. Around 2 metres around where those South Perth blokes are standing at the moment.
What can he do? Can he find a spark here?
He switched to the backhand, more weight. So
he's very close to the jack.
He's got a half a
jack. Got a piece of it and killed it.
And killed it. Well, that's better than where it was.
All right. Well, while they get going again, we might take a quick break, have a word from our wonderful sponsors, the Professionals, and we'll be back after.
When it comes to any property, it's what's inside that counts. We understand that the true value of any home is the life inside. Professionals Real Estate. International network, local expertise.
Welcome back to Yokine. 13-4 the lead to Manning on our show rink here, with Will Hyatt leading Ross Bresland. And a dead end played out just there with Ross Bresland making contact with the jack with his last. And Mitch Walker with another nice start for Manning. Peter, state triples draw. When are we going to see that?
Oh, when does it start? Saturday. Probably release it on Friday afternoon.
Oh, right, okay, no worries. That'd be handy.
No, tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow morning, but certainly tomorrow.
Yep, okay. Still a few events to go. The season sort of finishes today, doesn't it? But not really.
No, we've got the over 60s state mixed pairs starting on Tuesday. So good numbers for that again. So that starts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then state triples. What else we got?
Still got some qualifying for the Australian Indoors.
Qualifying for the Australian Indoors. We've got the champions,
novice and the Open.
So if you're a singles winner out there, a novices Anzac weekend, whichever, that's about April the 24th, 25th, I think. The big Champ of Champs is pushed back a couple of weeks just because it clashed with the Australian Champ of Champs, and we wanted to make sure the opportunity for the winners to defend their title if they were good enough to win their club singles.
Yep.
I don't think Cody was for Mosman Park.
I'm actually not sure.
But so that's back in a couple of weeks, in
mid-May
this year. So hopefully there's lots of people around.
Big cheers coming from
June, July.
Yeah, big cheers coming from the rink behind us. Good to see. The atmosphere of finals.
And of course, the state mixed pairs as well in May.
Yep.
Which has been bigger and better the last couple of years. So that I'm sure will be well supported.
And of course, Pete, if anyone's looking to really get away and enjoy themselves, you can still get in. I think the entries close during the week, I think, for Australian Open. So there's still a chance to get your teams in for the Australian Open and head over there to the Gold Coast. It's a wonderful event.
Yep.
2-week event where you can go over there and see if you can win a title. And if you're not lucky enough to get through a few games, well, you can still have a wonderful time over there on the Gold Coast.
You can go throw yourself on a roller coaster.
Plenty of stuff to do. So don't forget there, you can head to bowlswa.com.au for any of the WA events, and of course to bowls.com.au for Bowls Australia's Australian Open and so forth, and still got a BPL thrown in there as well.
Yeah, BPL qualifying, I'm sure, is around the place.
BPL Cup, yep. So if your club wants to host a BPL Cup event, you've got until the end of April to register, and then you've got until the first week of August to actually run the event. Fun event, really fun event. Great one to be a part of, and who knows, you might start the journey of one of your teams, or one of your teams that at least plays in your event could make it all the way to the big stage at the BPL in November.
Yep.
And of course we've got the Perth Suns in action in May.
Yeah, May is, I suppose, one of those catch-up events that we've missed. So hopefully we get our WA team.
It should be Cody Packer, Kristina Krstic and Dawn Heyman. But we remain cross-fingered, don't we, with that sort of stuff at the moment? We're just fingers crossed.
More confident than we've ever been that we'll actually get away as a team this time and create some history with a couple of ladies, and I think we'll go really well.
Of course, Gary mentioned the state championships all abilities at Cardinia next weekend.
That's next weekend as well.
Fantastic.
So if you want to be inspired, that's a great place to go have a look.
And have we got another Bowls Blitz coming?
We will do. In June, July, August. June, July, May, June, July. Well,
fantastic.
Yeah, June, July, so.
All of that still to come. So definitely stay on the website and keep yourself informed of all of that stuff that's coming up. And we got a score there to Glen Pauling, but hasn't stopped that margin from drifting out because we, of course, had a previous end to go on. So 20 shots to 8 in favour of Daniel Truella over Glen Pauling.
Scotty Walker falls down for shot. I'm not sure if it's 2 or just the 1. But 2 good shots here from Scott Walker. But still a nice little funnel there for Will. All sitting behind the jack, nothing in the way. He played a similar shot to Scott Walker, I would have thought, just falling off the side. A little bit of a trails, all good for him.
Justin Opie won the previous end against Tom Mitchell, so we don't have a score update from over there yet, but we'll wait for that.
So they're stringing some ends together, but not quite fast enough at the moment. Wilf does...
Well, he just fell out, I think.
Fell the wrong way.
Now that was a matter of a millimetre, wasn't it?
Yep. So again, same shot from Ross, really. Everyone should just be trying to fall off those bowls. He's cut his line.
Weight probably wasn't too bad if he'd been on the right line. He wouldn't have got to the pack of bowls, but he might have done enough to count. I think this is a confident landing shot that Will Hart can afford to play here.
Yep.
He's asking his team, does he want similar weight? I think he can afford to be confident here. Just take the weight out of it a little bit. No, I'm not talking massive, but take the weight thought process out and just play whatever comes out nice and confidently.
Yeah, no, don't want to overthink it. It really is just...
There you go. That's exactly what he's doing.
You can sit the two bowls here by themselves.
Well, he's done it. He's made shot. It's not quite what he was looking for. But
no. It's again one of those ones.
Bit of reward for good weight, I suppose, but it's one of those ones you get when things are going for you.
Yes, another one. Yep.
Because he certainly wasn't far from his target again. Blake Helt cheering on the Millers. And I look to my right and I can see him sitting there.
Yeah, there he is. Have fun, does travel.
Yes.
So this is a case of probably Ross trying to find something that maybe not there, just trying to get more than just drawing shot. Trying to get a number, but there's just no numbers available to him. He doesn't have anything else.
Okay, and Ross Breslin fire up his Millers with a big shot here.
He's in the area.
Needs it to hold on now.
What land does he get?
Oh, and he's made it worse.
He's made 2 down.
Two it is.
Yeah, just lost his line.
Another 2 shots to Manning, and they lead at 15 shots to 4. Remembering they were down 2-3 on this rink. They've reeled off 13 shots to 1. Nothing massive either. We haven't really seen a big score. We've only seen a couple of threes.
No, but they have dominated the bowls in the head, and then in that time they've had more opportunities. They've had a little bit of luck go their way, but probably because they've had more bowls in the head. That's usually how it works. You get more balls in the head, more things around.
It's not terribly scientific, that is it, Pete? But
more edges to come off. You play a little bit more confident than you would. So you have a bit more weight maybe than you would have if you're under pressure.
Jacks tend to bounce your way. Been doing a few stats this year on the Cambridge games, Peter, and looking at wins and losses and scores and so forth. It's really been quite interesting. One of the biggest stats I found is just that big score count. So 4 shots or more, either way. And I can tell you that coming into yesterday's game, I haven't done the stats on yesterday's game yet. Cambridge were 9-2 when we'd won the big score count, and 1 win and 4 losses when we'd lost the big score count. So it's that simple. Don't drop big numbers.
It sounds simple.
Yeah.
So Otto's had a really good one. Can he follow it up? Slide in front of... He has changed hands, so slide in front of Mitch Walker's 2 bowls, and he's just left it short.
61-26 is the current aggregate score. Manning 61, South Perth 26.
Quick look at the others. We got the first blue. Joondalup had jumped a bit of a lead, 56-40 over Kalamunda.
Okay.
That's after 49
Put
ends.
the foot down a little bit there, haven't they?
They have. They're breaking away. They're in front on 3 of the 4 rinks. Wixom's caught up Pringle, which Pringle was the dominant rink for Kalamunda. It's now 13-17 to Pringle, so he's closed that up. And Mount Lawley are 5 in front of Gosnells, 51-46 after 54 ends.
And it was Adge there sitting out the shot bowl, getting the job done. Certainly warming up a bit now, Pete, isn't it?
I'm starting to sweat. Sweat. But still, it'd be nice playing out there. Really nice
Absolutely.
conditions to
It
play
does,
out
yeah.
there.
Bit of breeze teasing across,
Just
so
a
it's not too
touch.
bad.
There, both hands look very similar. Edges sliding under.
Bang, it goes the jack in the dish from
Grigg.
Louis Grigg.
Louis Grigg.
He is playing third to Tom Mitchell.
Back in the ditch. Congratulations from Mr. Hogg. He was pretty excited on that one.
Well, there's a real confident air about Manning, and why shouldn't there be? They're well in front. They're in front of every rink. Closest rink's now 5 shots.
Yep.
So this is looking like a runaway victory. Can South Perth find anything here?
It's
That's
now
the
or never.
question. It is about 2/3 of the way through now, just shy of that.
David just sliding through. Another catcher. They are holding one. Ross is just trying to invent a couple of shots here.
Blake just asking what's the magic number to win in terms of those big number count. Well, I can tell you only have to win the big number count by 1, and you're an 80% chance of winning the game. Incredible. But the stats don't lie, Pete.
Not always, no.
Well, right in the zone here from Scotty
Here's
Walker.
No hole.
Oh,
Or the hole.
well, he hit the post, but
Yeah. Yeah, it was play on and still one down.
yes.
So Dave's still on his forehand. He'll be looking just to sit inside those bowls again for second shot. Tuck the jack around the corner, which he's been very good at. And he does that again. Still only one, but it's a better one. Lift of the hat from Ross. It's that short ball there of Otto's at the front, which really makes things difficult now.
You get the feeling South Perth are feeling like just saying to everyone, can we just start again? That's how it feels, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that is a short bowl, which is unfortunately one of theirs, Otto's. and
Derek
it's just
Boardman
not.
saying it's pouring down here at the Vines,
Is it?
so heavy rain may be on the way.
It looks okay at the moment, but we've played enough in, so we're going to have a game no matter what. Great shot from Scott Walker. Great shot. He's been able to find a way through. Still only one, but one's better than one down. He just needs Ross to capitalise and draw another couple. Will doesn't have to do much. But he's going it. There we go.
There is a bit of weather developing over the north
There
as
is.
well. Goes
Goes
bang,
bang.
but caught the edge of the front.
So, no damage to anything. Still 1 to South Perth.
Yeah, certainly is a bit of weather developing over the north, so we'll keep an eye on that. But as you said, Pete, we're pretty much guaranteed we're going to be through a game.
So Ross needs to capitalise. He needs to draw another one here. Needs to draw another one. Sorry about that clinking.
So that was very loud.
It was a loud clinking. We're just having a refreshment. Throat's a bit dry. Fortunately, Ross has pulled up 5 foot short. No advertising allowed. I wouldn't have thought he'll go again, will he? There's no need for him to go again.
Should just clear up, Pete. That refreshment is a soft drink as well.
Yes,
It's not-
soft drink. Yes, yes. People that know us will know that.
Yes.
A little bit stronger than water.
Clive enjoying the big number stats. I've got tons of stats for you, Clive.
Must be a Clive thing.
Yeah, no, it's good on you, mate. All right. Will Hyatt.
See if he's going to play that weight again.
Well,
it's not really any need for him to. One down is...
I think we're seeing weight. Yeah, not over.
No, he's a bit more circumspect this time. So he's looking under there, and he's very close.
Oh, he's got it. Clean as a whistle.
That's a great shot. That's a lot more controlled than his first.
What a shot. He's got through the gap at the front and just clipped it out clean as a whistle. What a shot.
He's showing his...
It is see it and play it.
He's showing his full range of shots today.
Certainly is.
And certainly
a talented
player.
player.
Does have a full range of shots. Noise somewhere. I can't work out where it's coming from.
I think we've got a big score over on the far rink.
Daniel Brown rink?
Yeah, I didn't see a signal for how many. Didn't see a score for how many, but 7 to Daniel Brown is what we've just heard. So
7 to Daniel. Well,
that could be. Look,
that
if you're looking for a momentum changer, 7 shots isn't a bad way to do it.
It would help if Ross trailed that jack there, but he's going to go a couple down.
So yeah.
1, 2, 2 down.
2 more to Manning here, and this is sliding out to now a 17-4 lead to Manning right here. 7 shots to South Perth over on the far rink, but still plenty of work to do for South Perth. But
yeah, well, obviously it's got to be a collective, doesn't it? Every rink has to do their part from now on. No one rink's going to get them there.
They need one of those ends where you get 2 or 3 on every rink.
Yeah, across the board.
And suddenly that closes you in 8 to 10 to 12 type shots, you know.
Yeah, 13 on this rink, 10 on the next rink, it's 9 on the other rink, and then there'll be 2 up on the far rink. So 3 or 4 from everybody. Certainly closes those 2 rinks in the middle up. Suddenly you're only 4, 5, 6 behind. But it has to be a collective. No one rink's going to win this for South Perth now. So just a little bit high. Walker again.
He's had just one of those really consistent games as a lead, and that's all you ask.
Yep, he's done nothing wrong. A little high with his first, a little low with his second, so he had the weight pretty well on both, but just didn't get the line right. Edge with a bit of spring in his step there. That's a good shot. Consistent again. He's about a foot behind Jack. Good shot from Troy Canane. Trailed the Jack for a couple, probably, on the Justin Opie rink. So they're lifting a little bit there.
Drifting under there for Mitch Biglin. Looking for a little sit or trail of the Jack.
Another good shot. She's just going to slide through, but still in the head, still great position.
68-38, the latest aggregate update I can give you, in favour of Manning, of course. Great shot from Tommy Mitchell, but 68-38 Manning over South Perth aggregate-wise.
One white. Gosnell's hit the lead again. Gosnell's back in front, 54-52. 59 ends played, so it's been a really good battle between those two teams.
Big weight from Justin Opie, but didn't look like it's changed too much.
Downey draws the shot. So that'll be 2 to the Manning team. Got Walker looking to probably sit the last ball. He's on the back end.
He's got a bit to... Well, he's going big weight.
Okay,
he's going big weight at it.
Bigger than we expected.
And he's wide. And no result there. It's somewhat surprising. I thought he might have played the little land type shot with a jack high bowl or underneath it to sit the one behind the jack.
Screw the jack out half on this side towards us, which is... So Pauling wins another end. I think it was only 1. Unless they killed it, of course, because no movement on the scoreboard. Okay, so now they're going to play that shot that we thought they might play the first time.
Well, it just feels like you get that in the area. You've got lots of chances.
Yeah, they get the jack past the pack, and it's
it's still
onto this left-hand side.
Still quite solid weight. Needs contact.
Got all of it, and got his own. So probably still 2 down.
Well, I mean, they're shaking their head, but that was the risk of playing that sort of weight at it, is that they could lose their own bowl out of there. You know, it's
There's a little bit desperation in that.
Yes, he was a touch unlucky, but that's the risk you take when you play weight into the head, when you've only got one bowl sort of in there as well.
Yep, that's right. So Ross.
Good to see the South Perth blokes get together there and have a bit of a chat on the Justin Opie rink about what they can do to change it. Not so quite sure as Justin turned away and he was looking at the time that that's ideal.
No.
They're looking for a spark. And time is running out for them. Actually, that's a little bit symbolic in a sense.
Slides on by Ross. I think Will's got most things covered. He might, maybe on this left-hand side, be a bit vulnerable, about a metre behind, but Ross didn't play that shot, so you could be covering for nothing if you do that.
I think he's just on the draw here.
So just draw another one.
I don't think he's quite going to get there.
Daniel Brown was trying to move something, caught out clean, and clearly didn't get it clean because there's all the hands on heads.
Correct.
So whether that's bad or whether it's just not quite what they wanted. So what's Ross Scott? Clearly going to the kill because that's all that he's doing that for.
And got it.
Succeeded.
Out the jack goes. We will replay that end. We might take a quick word from the professionals while they reset. We'll be back after this.
When it comes to any property, it's what's inside that counts. We understand that the true value of any home is the life inside. Professionals Real Estate. International network, local expertise.
All right, here we go. Replaying the 14th end here at Yokine Bowling Club in the Bowls WA Premier League Grand Final. Brought to you by the Professionals and Henselite, the choice of champions. And a nice first bowl there from Mitch Walker. There's never a problem when your lead drops a couple of feet to a metre behind with first bowl, Pete.
Yes, he's had very few bad bowls.
Yeah.
Very few. You can count them on one hand.
And that's what it boils down to, isn't it? It's where your bad bowls finish.
Yeah,
if your bad bowl's finishing there, more than happy with that.
Yes. Shane Knott got 2 on that end with their hands on the head from the South Perth boys, so that's now 17-17. Shane Knott and Daniel Brown, 17-17 after 16. So Daniel got 7 to get in front, and Shane's hit back with a 2. Although just needs to climb and sit. Just going to slide a bit, but that's still good. A lot of urging going on behind us.
Yes, you can hear some of the passion coming through from behind us. Urging a result. Gosnells have snuck back in front of Mount Lawley, 54-52. Joondalup are making every poster winner there, 63-49 over Kalamunda behind us in the one blue North versus South playoff.
It's a bit of room for Mitch here. Mitch Bigland, that is. He might have just pushed it a touch.
Well, it's a fair effort.
No, it's going to be shot. I'll give him.
You'll give him that?
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Okay.
Looked a bit quicker going past me.
Good on you, Liz. Liz Matthews enjoying the coverage. We know who she's cheering for.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to be it could be a big celebration for the year at Manning, couldn't it?
Double, with the girls already doing their part.
I think they're sort of used to winning the ladies, the women's titles. You know, having made an era out of that. Unbelievable performance again from the Manning women again this year. And they did it in dominant style this year, didn't they? In terms of finishing on top of the table and then getting the job done.
They don't always do
didn't
that.
leave anything to chance.
But they always step up in finals, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So change of hand for Mitch Bigland. Looking just to slide underneath, a little touch of the jack.
He's in the zone.
He's in, sliding too far underneath. It's still really good.
Caught an edge off the front bowl there. A bigger edge would have been perfect. Dave Downey, he couldn't touch the jack this time, could he?
Should have counted. We'll have to go back because he's had a few. Shouldn't be touching the jack on that hand.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Although,
he nearly did.
He made a good effort off it. Yes, he's clearly got a number in his mind that he has to reach.
Mark Rummerman cheering on his Joondalup boys.
Yes, they know they're looking strong. That Ben Leggett rink is the one. The other two are pretty close, but other three, I should say, are close. But the Ben Leggett one is carrying the day.
Can Scott Walker find this funnel? Well, he's caught a front edge. That'll do.
That'll help.
And fair to say, South Perth will take any edge they can find at the moment.
No, they probably owed a couple. It's changed Dave Downey's hand.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I wasn't a sneeze. It's a cough. You don't get blessed you for a cough. You don't get anything for a cough. You get looked at funny these days.
Yeah, don't go near me. Don't go near me, look. Not quite arriving. So again, Scott, front knocker, front toucher. Got two Bigland bowls down the line waiting just for a toucher. Toucher will make 3 or 4.
He's pushing up again, but it still looks like it needs to get down a little.
Another edge. Or sit that.
That's all it was.
Well, that is
opportunity sitting there behind the jack, isn't it, Pete?
There is. He gets Ross can get that jack to the first Mitch Bigland bowl. That's probably 4-5. Of course, Will Hite might have something to say about that.
He may well. And has.
And has often, yes. So, expectations are high. Opie driving on his rink and getting nothing. Or nothing of consequence. So Will Hyatt, a bit higher than maybe what he wanted. Okay, can Ross take this opportunity? He hasn't had too many opportunities. He needs to take this one. Well, he's not.
The line isn't bad, but has he
No.
really got the weight?
Well, he's getting more weight all the time.
Well, he's got another one in there.
2 or 3. I'm not sure if the Mitch Bigland one's behind counts or not. Clearly 2. Maybe 3. I'm sitting on the fence here. On the screen,
It looks like
looks 3.
Yeah.
In real time, I'm not so sure. Not the best angle because we can't see the jack from our angle.
Correct.
It's hiding behind the 2 shot bowls. Will's got a bit more of a fighting line this time, but it might be 2 fighting. Well, big chance here. Front toucher is probably 6.
Yeah, and he doesn't need much more than that. Just get that jack moving.
Just to the Mitch Bigland bowl for 6.
Can he find a way?
Well, they're interested.
He's coming from a good arc for it.
He is close.
He's drawn
another one.
Drawn another, yep. So
That did turn a bit more than I think we
4.
expected.
4 it is.
4 shots.
17-8 now, the lead to Manning on our show rink here after 14 ends. So 7 ends to play on this one. All the other rinks are more advanced than this one.
Yes.
Which
Great Daniel Brown shot there where he's trailed Jack.
I guess works out well. But you sort of want the show rink to be the one that's bringing up the tail in terms of ends played.
But we want the tighter aggregate to make it worthwhile.
But exactly. At this stage,
it's never good when you're doubling your score on the 14th end, I might say. Unless you're leading 8-6.
Yeah. Yes.
Then it's a great time.
Oh, nice jack roll from Otto there. He's been asked to bring the mat up and he's done a good job, got the jack right to the tee. So looking for a change up. Now, to complete his work, he needs to nail the jack right now.
Yes. Yes, he does. It's not a terrible line. He'll stuck under a bit, no matter how far he goes without the jack. Not too bad.
He would have loved a little bit more jack, wouldn't he?
Good reply here from
Look at
Walker.
this.
Really good shot.
We'll try and take you off your length. Well, no thanks.
Yep. No. Otto just needs to get down a bit, not quite. Oh well, good position. Good position. I think that was just 1 to Daniel Brown on his rink, so he'll go 1 in front of Shane Knott. 18-17 after 17. Another great shot from Mitch Walker. Really, probably not ideal sitting next to each other, but can't ask for much more.
Well, at least Otto's bowls behind the jack are useful now, aren't they?
Yep.
You know, he's given South Perth something to play to. Mitch started so well in this one. Probably his influence has drifted out a little bit.
Yeah, he has drifted along a little bit.
Can he find the jack here?
Oh, he wants all of it.
Oh, he's done pretty well. Might have done enough for shot.
Good shot.
I think he has.
Again, would have loved a little bit more, but just got enough of it. More noise from out the back.
Getting a great shot there right across the green as Adge plays his bowl here. And he's right in the zone.
He's looking at sitting the second shot out there, so
very well
great
played.
work.
Jack movement for South Perth right now. Tuck it away into that, in between those 2 blues.
Yep, hide it away. Similar to Adge, you use the edge of Adge's bowl. It's a good bowl and a half in front of Jack. Joella is driving and missing. He's down. I don't think he's too many down, but he's down 1, maybe 2. So Can Mitchell Bigman get a piece of that jack and just...
He doesn't like it, and it's because he's just on probably on the big side more than anything.
Yeah, I think the height was pretty good if he had the right weight. Just I don't want to be short. I'll give this an extra shove kind of bowl, that one. That's where you've got to trust your mechanics. Trust that where you want it to go is going to go. Edge is just not quite getting past the front. Bit of a discussion on the Torella Pauling rink. I think Glenn, looking for the jack, actually got their shot bowl.
And now there's a bit of value. Now there's a bit of value for DT.
I think Glenn had all the back stuff, but they had also one right on the jack, which is what Daniel was driving at last. But he's got his own bowl, left a bit of room. Probably left 2.5 feet.
It's probably an indication of where South Perth are at, though. They've got to look for numbers now.
Yep.
The ends are running out. Only 4 ends to go on 2 of the rinks.
Daniel's not going to quite climb around his front bowls. So he might be... So they're measuring for shot.
Yeah, I mean, the ends are running out. There's only, 21 ends left in the match. And in fact, it's less than that.
Dave just a bit... Plenty to roll on there, and he's just got tired. The weight was nothing wrong with the weight. He had everything to roll. So, still a bit... This jack has been sitting there for, 4 bowls now. Scott Walker needs to get the jack past Otto's 2 bowls. I know we can't see the back, but Will Hyde has got nothing at the back.
Scotty Walker, we can't see here, but he's close. Well, he's got the jack, but it ricocheted back.
It jammed on this bowl, Otto's bowl, right behind it, and bounced back forward and put it in a worse position. I think there's a couple of singles in the last couple of ends to Pauling.
Yeah, we said that gap could close. And
12-20.
It is closing, yeah.
But not fast enough. Not across the board, anyway.
No, and we now are in the twilight portion of the game.
Ross has still got to try and hunt that bowl a little bit.
He's got to try and get that jack moving back somewhere, hasn't he?
Turn the bowl onto the jack or turn a bowl out through the hole clean on the half.
Yeah, or catch a little piece of the jack and have it wobble past the blue.
Hit the blue half, not the white half.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where the
the
multicoloured bowls come in handy.
Yes.
Call him. Hit the blue half, not the white half. But he has to get something moving.
Okay, here we go. How much weight's he going to use? Okay, it's solid.
Yeah, just solid. It's good. He's close to his own.
Getting down.
What do you have to do? Chances you have to take.
Oh, look. I think we're at the point right now where...
It is a touch, it goes back in the ditch.
This game is Manning's right now. South Perth have to do something special.
Yep.
To light a spark.
They need a couple of numbers across the board.
71-46 is the current aggregate score in favour of Manning. 71-46.
And it is only, when you look at the across the boards, it is only a couple of numbers. You know, Ross is down 9. He gets another 4 at some point.
Just has to have it all together, doesn't it? It just has to have it all together.
Glenn Pauling's 8 behind. If he can get out at 3 or 4, suddenly he's only 3 or 4 behind, and And Justin Opie's 9 behind, so just a 3 or 4 from him. Suddenly they're all only 5 behind and game on.
Yeah.
But they all have to do it. Because Daniel Brown is 1 in front already.
That's the problem. They can't afford anything to go back the other way, because if it goes back the other way, they're not making inroads.
They have to keep getting 1 and 2s and then hopefully jag a 4 or 5.
Ross Breslin just too wide with that one, so it'll be another shot.
Well, it's still got a bowl to come.
Yeah, Will Hyatt still with a chance to find another one in there. He's looking at forehand there to try and do it safe.
Yeah.
Could even bring his own up onto the stickered bowl.
Shot,
is that worth playing? I'm not sure it is. It's holding 1. They don't need 3.
No, they don't need 3. It's another end gone and another one on their side. So it's I'll sort of swing around there, and if I get, because it only has to go a roll or 2. We don't want to be tight.
He's not interested in being under and on his own.
Ooh,
well, he caught the edge of the right bowl. Didn't want the other one.
He got the other one. It would have been interesting.
One more it is to Manning, and they lead it 18 shots to 8 with 6 ends to play in this one.
Yeah, so can we see a number across the board just to make life interesting? So 10, 15. They've still got 6 ends to go on this ring.
Yeah, the problem is that the rest of the rinks don't. The rest of the rinks are down to 4 ends. Two of them are down to 4 ends to play.
Another score to South Perth on the brown rink. So he added a bit of voice there, which is good. Not sure what the score was, but it must have been worth shouting for.
Well, the seconds are down there. We should get an update on the scoreboard. Although neither of them are going anywhere near it. Here we go.
Never trust a second.
Here we go.
Never trust a second.
No, we're getting an update now.
Ooh, it's in the 20s. So there's the 4. There's the 4 on one rink.
What's the score?
22-17.
Right, yeah, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see past Tyrone our
so
birdie there.
It was 18-17 and a 4 on the Daniel Brown rink.
Suddenly one of the South Perth rinks is in front.
They're 5 in front, so they sort of nearly cover one of the other rinks. So you got 1-4. Now we need a couple of other 4s on another couple of rinks, and suddenly things get a little bit tighter.
Yeah, it's still a 21-shot gap. We'll get that latest aggregate on your screen shortly. It is 50 for South Perth and 71 for Manning. So there's the 4 that you were talking about. 21-shot gap. 71 plays 50.
I'm more interested than I was half an hour ago.
Yep.
Not that I wasn't interested.
No, I know what you mean.
Just have a quick look at the others.
You're saying there's a chance, Pete.
I'm saying there's a chance. If you're a South Perth listener and viewer out there, don't leave your television. Because you never know.
That's if you're watching on television. You might be watching on your phone or your computer.
Wherever you are, if you're sitting in a nice quiet place where you're not supposed to be watching, on your phone, just keep it quiet, don't cheer too hard. But if you're a Manning supporter, I wouldn't quite get out the champagne just yet either. So just on the others, Gosnell's is...
I'd have it on ice.
Yeah, I'll have the ice in. No, definitely. Gosnell's 63, Mount Lawley 57, after 67 ends. The Grant Nickel rink is 7 in front, so that's holding the sway at the moment. 18-11, and the one blue, Joondalup, holding a 20-shot lead, so they're going very well. 72-52 after 65 ends, and the Ben Leggett rink is 24-11 up, so that's the big one there.
Right here, it is 18 ends left across the board. 21 shots the difference. Manning 71, South Perth 50.
1 and a little bit an end. 1 and a little bit. Probably need the Ross Breslin with a little bit. So Dave Downey just probably sliding a little bit, but he's going to he's sliding around those two. So You want to be looking for shots, but you don't want to be dropping any, so you don't want to be too crazy either. You still need those bowls in the head and playing the right shots at the right time and just taking opportunities when they come your way. You don't have to invent opportunities all the time.
No, but to get 21 shots in 18 ends, you've probably got to win. Probably got to win 13 of those ends, at least.
Yeah, at
At least.
You've got to win the end to start with, definitely. There's an opportunity to get a number. You certainly need to go for it.
Tom Mitchell has drawn the shot on his rink, but Justin Opie still has the right of reply.
I think Tom still has one to go as well. So.
Yeah.
But similar shot. Jack Dave Downey obviously played a great shot there, and he's not only counting but Jack protecting as well. Scott Walker looking to sit off the shelf, a little bit of Jack movement, or sit the bowl in the middle for shot. One of the two. Justin
Opie unable to claim shot over there, so the Manning rink will pick up shots over there. Tom Mitchell trying to add another. We'll let you know what happens there.
Scott just slides underneath, so he's going to need a bit of Rosples and magic.
And Tom Mitchell has crashed on the front, but it'll be one more shot to Manning over there. So there's one of those ends ticked off. That's what Manning are thinking now. Tick off ends. They win another 6 ends in this game. It's all over.
Yeah. So 3 to South Perth and the Glen Pauling rink.
A little bit of noise.
So
we said that gap might get a bit closed up.
Pauling closes to 15-20 against Daniel Terrell. Still 4 ends to play. 5 behind, 4 ends to play. You back yourself to win that if you play well enough. Will Hyatt has drawn another shot. So 3. Ross can't afford to give that 3 back.
72-55 is the current aggregate score. 72-55 in favour of Manning. South Perth making their move. Have they left it too late, Pete? We can only wait and see.
Wait and see. As I said, Ross Preston's 3 down now. Maybe even 4. He can't afford to give that straight back after Glenn Pauling just got 3.
It's actually 73-55.
Oh,
73-55.
They'll take that. Oh. It's one of those ones. I know Mitch Walker's walked off shaking his head about a couple of rubbers, but he's forgotten about the 3 or 4 that they might have got earlier in the game.
Yes, they've fought us on this rink with that scoreboard because they haven't updated their scoreboard on this rink. So 18-8 is the score, not 17-8.
With 15 played?
With 15 played. We've got that right on your screen, it's just not on the scoreboard.
We're always much more efficient.
Of course. This is one big score of South Perth away from getting interesting right now. If they can get a 4 or a 5 somewhere.
Shane Knott is driving and, well, he certainly hit things.
He got applause from his team.
It wasn't disappointment, but he definitely didn't hit the closest one. So he can't be up, but he must have got rid of a couple maybe. It's still a good shot here from Will Hyatt. There's everything to play for. It's a matter of which hand he wants to play it. So he's looking for a metre. It's on this backhand. Sits the black bowl. Piece of the jack. So what has he got? He's played this shot really well all game. A little bit more than a metre.
He's going to want it to hang on now. He needs it to hang on.
No, he's sliding under, isn't he? Yeah. So, well, draw another one.
Another score to South Perth. Look, you'd still rather be in Manning's shoes, but definitely. South Perth are giving themselves a chance.
They're not, yeah, definitely. But it's only a draw. It's too far to go. I know someone just said roll the dice, but there's too far
It's not quite.
It's that point yet.
Quite roll the dice.
You've actually got shot. Just do another one. 2 here. You've still got 5 ends to play. It'll put you 7 behind with 5 ends to play. You can still win that from there without doing anything silly.
Yep.
Not quite at that point yet.
Has he got the trip here? Looks a bit of both missing. A bit wide and a bit short.
Just one.
One more to South Perth.
So while not that exciting, it still keeps them in the hunt.
18-9 the score right here with 5 ends to play. We might nip off to a quick break and we'll come back after this.
When it comes to any property, it's what's inside that counts. We understand that the true value of any home is the life inside. Professionals Real Estate. International network, local expertise.
Back here at the Okine Bowls Club, and I think I heard 17 the difference.
There was.
Is what I heard shouted out. We haven't exactly checked that, Mads.
You're
but
a very trusting person here. You're not usually that trusting
no.
when it comes to facts and figures. Still, so Tom Mitchell's 8 in front of Justin Opie, but he only has 2 ends to play.
Yeah.
So get him off the rink, if you're South Perth, I mean. Justin, just hang in there, get couple of ones, get it to 6 or 5. Daniel Brown's 5 in front.
17 is the gap. 73 to 56 is the current score. I mean, we saw South Perth score 1 on this rink, so that's where that's come from. 73-56.
Shane Knott did just score on the far end. Not sure
okay.
what.
We're getting. He's going to update that board for us right now.
Good on Shane.
Another one,
just the one
to South Perth.
No, one to
Manning. Sorry, 1 to Manning. Yep. So 74-56 now.
So that rink's still got 3 to go. Big shot there from Troy Canane. Otto's got a couple of really good close ones.
Right, let's hone back in on this rink and see what.
Well, this rink is.
It could be the barometer, couldn't it?
If South Perth get close enough, this is the rink that's going to have to get them over the line in the end, because they've played the least number of ends. So you would certainly like to see this South Perth team starting to take a bit of dominance, because they're the ones that are going to have to finish it off.
Yep. Spot on. Holding 3 right now, but still need something right on it.
Yeah, it's a pretty shaky 3. You'd want Mitch to be just turning that jack around the corner.
2 balls in the ditch from Manning so far on this end.
Yep.
Cover that jack up is the want here for South Perth.
Just need to get it around the corner.
Take away the easy out for Manning right now.
We'll leave it there and let them keep trying to get that jack and put them all in the ditch. Depends how confident you're feeling.
No, this isn't going to go to a bad home at all.
Still a good shot. Didn't get the jack, were you? But
big weight from Daniel Truella, and he's missed.
Hasn't hit a thing, so still got 1 in the locker to send down. I'm sounding very American there.
Yeah.
Watching too much American sport.
Great shot.
Great shot by Adge.
Adge Hill. All the experience. And now a little trail is exactly what South Perth are looking for. Now, Glenn Pauling following his last bowl of this end down. He's far from certain, but he's not bad.
Don't know how many they hold.
Well, he got clapped for that, but...
Who's got the white bowls over there?
I think it's 2 was the signal from Blake Butler, and we're seeing big weight from Daniel Truella once more.
Wouldn't want to get that yellow one. We got
one of them out.
One of them out.
So we'll wait and see what happens over there. But right now, Dave Downey is right in the area here. Almost wants to miss the jack now. That's a great home if he stays up, and he has.
First time he's missed it when he's been that close all game, and it was a great time to do it.
Yeah.
So Scotty's got to get this jack around the corner.
So South Perth will score again on that rink next door. We're just waiting to see how many they are actually measuring for second shot right now. But Scotty Walker's bowl is on its way. Needs it to get down from there, and it hasn't been.
No, not until you lose the weight. Then it starts to come.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one sitting there, but
2 it is to South Perth next door. That gap.
Closing.
We said that was the one that could close, knowing how successful that Glen Paulding rink has been all year.
Dave
You
Downey.
didn't feel like they were going to get thrashed.
Touch
Dave Downey.
again.
Just missed it again.
Great miss. And
perfect home.
That's perfect. He couldn't have placed that any better. So,
No.
really good shot. So, yeah, now Ross needs to push that through the hole. Doesn't really want the jack anymore. So he does need to find a way to score.
74-58 is the aggregate scoreline right now. 74-58. 16 shots in it. Ross Breslin with weight for no result.
Looking over, did Opie score then? Looking at someone who might know.
It looks like he must have done because they're playing first, unless there was a dead end.
Yeah, unless there was a dead end, Opie might have scored. South Perth may have scored that end.
There's been no change to the scoreboard, so...
Yeah, but I don't think those skippers are inclined to do that.
No, but it may have been a dead end.
Come on. We'll find out in 10 minutes' time. So we'll...
Well, another ball past the jack, which
Yeah.
isn't a bad place for...
yeah, I assume he was
Wilson
trying to draw
land.
another one, but he certainly wouldn't have wanted to put it next to it. So Ross needs to get that ball through that hole. If he's going to play that weight, he might as well get the Downey ball on the way through as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what he's hoping for. He's on the forehand.
No, he's not happy.
No, that's underneath. So it's another one, which is what Manning need. Another end gone. Provided
Still
Will
one to
does
play.
nothing.
Yep.
Will's still more than capable of doing another one here.
He's on a good line for it.
He is.
He's on a good line for it. He's going to hang on. Not quite. One more to Manning. They lead at 19-9 right here on our show rank. 4 ends to play here. But 2 ends to play, although I feel like Tom Mitchell and Justin Opie are on their last end, unless that last end was killed.
Yeah,
We're just unsure.
I didn't see any fireworks. I thought we would have noticed if there was a drive going down, which means that South Perth has something to add.
Yeah.
I don't think it's many, if it is. Just a quick look. Gosnells are pulling away from Mount Lawley. They're 74 to 60 up. Grant Nickel leading the way with a 12-shot lead.
The old master doing it again,
After 77 ends, so they're, 14 up with only 7 to play. So that's a good sign there for Gosnells.
Joondalup are just about home.
Joondalup, you would think, is home. They're 83 to 56 up with 11 ends to play. So Daniel Brown is just getting up and about.
It was a big celebration. How many has he made?
3, 4, another 4. Another 4. He's coming home fast.
South Perth are on the charge.
They would like to add it, probably take a couple of ends off the Daniel Brown one and keep him out there a bit longer. So that's 26-18. So he's 8-shot leader with 1 end to play. We'll
get you an up-to-date aggregate very shortly. Just want to see if we get an update on that Tom
Definitely,
Mitchell and Justin Opie rink.
definitely a lot closer than it's been for a long time.
It's close as it's been for a long time, you're correct. Yeah, still enough ends there.
Definitely. Just we said a couple of numbers. Those couple of numbers that come from the same rink, but the others haven't dropped a number. So Edge sliding through after a couple of great shots from Mitchell Walker. Again, Mr. Consistent. Mitch Bigland on the charge here. Probably not going to quite get down.
So 75-62 is the most up-to-date score I can give you right now. 75-62 in favour of Manning.
There's Grigg just drawn an absolute just a back toucher on the Tommy Mitchell rink. Scott O'Brien from Manning is sitting on the jack in the Daniel Torella rink, so they're up in the couple.
So, 13 shots in it, with about 10 ends to play.
Mitchell here.
What a shot.
Young Mitchell.
What a great ball.
Just
But
going to
he's
slide underneath.
yeah, great shot. Just didn't quite get what he was after.
Still, it's a lot easier to play the big shot when you're only one down. And they were 3 down before.
You've got to take your hat off a bit to South Perth here. They've dug deep.
They have.
And they've now given themselves a chance.
Manning is certainly responding. They're up on, I think, all 4 rinks at the moment in their various stages. Across the board.
At the moment.
Not on the scoreboard, actually on the green.
Ah, right, yeah.
On the green, they're up on every rink. They've got shot on every rink. Sorry to confuse you there.
Yeah.
There's a what are you talking about moment there. I'm sure the listeners knew.
Premier League titles don't come easy, Pete.
No, they don't.
That's what South Perth are proving right now, that Manning were well in front. You always knew South Perth had a challenge in them. They just had to start it, and they've done that. Still feels like they'll probably run out of time, but there's a chance.
Yeah, I'd still like to be in Manning's shoes, without a doubt.
High fives for Glenn Pauling's rink at the moment.
Glenn, I don't know if you drew shot or not. No, Manning fingers are still up. But it was a great shot. Manning had one right on the jack and Glenn must be whiskers away.
Got Walker right in the area, needs it to fall against the bias. It didn't, it held up.
Still.
If it had fallen back, probably would have done enough for shot.
Still, Ross has got a good shot there, Ross Breslin. If you can squeeze that jack through the hole, it's everything South Perth on the left-hand side of what was your screen. So squeezing the jack through that hole is everything of South Perth. So there's 3 or 4 sitting, waiting to be catching.
Yes, you can see a lot of stickered bowls there. Interesting, Will Hyatt not looking to get one round there.
No.
There are different ways to fight the danger.
Yes.
Oh, it's a great shot. And falling behind the jack. Well, that is perfection
Yes, that
from
covers
Will
the
Hyatt.
danger.
Wow.
There's no squeeze there anymore.
What a shot. Perfectly weighted.
I'd say we'll see a bit larger weight here than Ross wanted to play initially.
He's almost looking for the kill option now. Needs it to get down a little.
Well, he needs all that in the middle then if he doesn't. Oh, well, he hit the jack even worse.
Well, yes and no.
But
I guess
still,
he's made it more likely to kill now if he can get contact on it.
Any contact and jack moves, it should kill. 2 bowls can both go still clean as well if he gets it.
Yeah.
I do have 2/3. We have a look over. Daniel Brown is down on his rink and he's playing his bowls.
He's rolled too far for shot there.
He wasn't far away, but yeah, he would still be probably 2 down, you would suspect.
Still has 1 to play. Shane Knott with 2 to play over there.
Tom Mitchell is up on his rink. Kruger's one right on the jack. I think Tom just indicated maybe 2. And I think Daniel Torello is holding 1 on his rink. Although I'm not sure Glenn's got any to play, so maybe Glenn might have shot. Otherwise, Daniel, I wouldn't expect, would be playing this. Because he can't draw another one. There's 1 on the jack and 1 a whisker away, if any. There you go, South Perth called the umpire. So played the shot, but he didn't look like he was trying very hard. Well, that's not a good thing from Ross, but he's still a chance. Needs the white one.
Oh, he's killed it.
Well, he wants to kill it.
Or has it? Maybe it stayed in. No, it has made it out.
Made out. Just out.
All right, so we'll reset that in. 19-9 is the lead to Manning on our show rink. We might head off to one word from our sponsors and we'll be back after this.
When it comes to any property, it's what's inside that counts. We understand that the true value of any home is the life inside. Professionals Real Estate. International network, local expertise.
Welcome back to Yokine for the concluding stages of the Bowls WA Premier League Grand Final, brought to you by the Professionals and Henselite Choice of Champions. The Tom Mitchell and Justin Opie rink has completed their match, and it was a 19-11 victory to Tom Mitchell for Manning. So they went 1-1 for the final ends over there. So we'll get you a... Shane Knott has drawn
another one
right on the jack with his last bowl.
So I think he's added to the count rather than drawn shot.
It's at least 3 have already been taken out. This might be the killer blow for Manning right here.
Glenn Pauling did win that umpire's measure, so he's now 18-20.
Okay, we'll give you
a great comeback.
We'll give you an updated aggregate once we know the score here. It looks like it's 4. 4 it is. 4 it is to Shane Knott and Manning on the final rink.
That's the last end.
That is their final end. Yeah, they are complete. So
that'll be 26-22 to Brown.
Current score is 80-64. 80-64 in favour of Manning.
With 6 ends to play overall. So 4 on this one and 2 on the Glenn Pauling rink. Adge is just tucking it around nicely. Might have gone a bit further than he'd like, but still he tucked it around the front bowls, making it very difficult. You would think it's the other game. I think Gosnell's is 11 up with 3 to play.
So what have we got left here, Pete? 6 ends. Yep. 6 ends, 16 the difference in favour of Manning. It does appear that South Perth are going to come up just short here, but who knows? A couple of big scores. But they need to win now if you're a South Perth supporter.
And Joondalup will win the one blue. 40 in front, 96 to 56. So they've really broken away in the last 10, 15 ends. So there's still 7 ends to play, but 40 in front. Even I would put my money on them. I'd even put your money on them.
Oh, thanks.
Mitch Bigland is trying to slide the jack around the back or just do it himself.
It's a
We've
very
got
good
a
shot.
bit of both. Bit of both,
Didn't
unfortunately.
quite get it clean enough, but
Still puts them back in the end.
wow.
Downey. That's
Dave Downey's found the jack again.
yeah, there's not much of a hole there, but he found it. Great shot by Paul Davies on the other rink. Manning did have one right on the jack, but he's got the jack to the just off the ditch. Back in it again.
"16 shots in 6 ends. I guess we need to be prepared that this one could finish early.
Yeah, could do. We do plan to do the presentations on stream in front of the camera there. So that's the plan at this stage. So I'll probably leave you to
No, that'd be great. Oh, excellent.
to finally get a couple of words in while I hunt around for a couple of flags and a couple of microphones.
No, well, look, Pete, it's been a challenging year. I'm sure, we want to thank all the clubs for their efforts in getting the season through, and we know we've had a few trying circumstances and a few things that have challenged a few clubs, and
Definitely.
everyone's done a fantastic job to get the season through. Of course, we encourage everyone out there to remain vigilant. And
Yeah, just because the bowls is coming to a close doesn't mean you can go out and party.
well,
We can go out and party, just do it safely.
Scott Walker got in the area there, but not quite able to get to the jack. And no, well done to you and the and your committees for getting the season through, mate.
Yeah, a few challenging decisions, but as you say, most of the job's done by without the clubs and the players. Doesn't matter what things we do. So thank you to them. I think Manning a holding shot on the Glenn Pauling Daniel Torella rink.
And we can see that Manning are holding shot on the rink in front of us.
He also needs to turn the ball, obviously. Turn it off for 3. He's getting close to that. Didn't get it far enough. Certainly makes 2. 2, so
Keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, just. Ultimately, they will. I'm suspecting they may well need to win their rink
To bridge the gap.
Yeah,
it would
bridge the
seem
gap
that way.
enough.
Joondalup behind us, just about starting to celebrate, I think.
I think so. Could be a big
Club on
gap.
the rise, Joondalup.
Big afternoon at Joondalup Bowling Club if you're looking for somewhere to go. If you're in the northern suburbs. Don't know why you would be in the northern suburbs, but if you are,
Best place to be, mate.
come south occasionally. You'll be fine.
Can Will Hyatt find his way in here? He's found his way in here a few times today.
Yes, not,
Up and over.
Need one more. Glenn Pauling is just... Glenn Pauling's just made 3 by sitting the Manning bowl in the ditch.
Still 2 Daniel Truella bowls to come.
Certainly. It's not an easy draw, but he's got to get around bowls. Jack's about a foot off the ditch.
He's the one little challenge still to come here.
Yeah, well.
South Perth are holding at least 1 here, maybe 2.
Yep.
We don't know how far that bowl was turned by Will Hart. It looks like 2 on screen.
On screen it does. Yeah, a 3 and a 2 here would... While we're waiting for Ross, the Trailer bowl is 3/4 of the way down. He's looking very closely. If he hasn't drawn shot, he's in the ditch.
He's played an absolute corker. That's a great shot.
Great shot. Great shot.
Glenn Pauling will have to play to take that out again. But right now it's Ross Bresland playing his final bowl of this end. In fact, the final bowl of this end. Can he find a way in?
It just might be just a little push short.
That's all it was. Now, is it 1 or 2? It is
2.
2. 2 to South Perth. 19-11 now is the lead to Manning on our show rink.
So look over to the other one. Glenn Pauling's bowl is down. They're looking, but not closely.
Looks like he's wanting it to hang on.
Yep, so that's... No luck involved coming.
Daniel Truella with 1 more to play, so we'll give you the aggregate update once he has played that. It is 80-66 at the moment, but Manning will score, provided Daniel Truella doesn't give shot away, of course.
Yeah, I don't think he will. He's got the weight to give it away, depending on what his line's like.
No, that won't have counted. So 1 more to Manning. 81-66 is the current aggregate score.
With 4 ends to play.
Correct.
So we can confirm Joondalup will beat Kalamunda. Still 40 in front. 3 to play. I'm a bit surprised they're still out there, but they are. Because they can't win Kalamunda. I would have maybe shaken their hands, but that's okay. And in the white, we can confirm Gosnells will have won. They are 12 in front with 1 to play, so they have won the 1 white pennant.
It's a bit of a turn-up, that, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all knew Mount Lawley were going to be very strong. I think Gosnells have surprised a few.
I think so.
Having said that, they only finished
2 points
Two
behind.
points behind on,
they
across the season.
Challenged them a couple of times, I think.
So it's a fantastic win for Gosnells. And
definitely.
Another club that's very well run, very well managed, and they've done wonderful things at that club in terms of securing their future. So it's great to see them
Been a
as
long
part
time
of the
since I've
top
been in
grade.
Premier League. I can't remember the last time in the Premier League. It's probably when I was there.
You've been everywhere though, Pete.
I was going to say. When I was there 25 years ago, counting up the years. Maybe. I'm not sure if they've been in there since. I think they were still in them when I left. So it's a great effort. Grant Nicol carried that. They had won by 12 by the look of it, and Grant Nicol won 25-11. So
He's had a good weekend.
he's had a great weekend.
All right, so 15 shots the difference here. 4 ends to play. If Manning were to win both of these ends, I think we'd see the sides shaking hands.
Yes. Yeah, you would expect so.
Yeah, Matt Mitchell mentioning that Tom started at Gosnells.
So did Daniel Truella. He was also there when I was there, but he was very small.
Right.
But he was there. Himself, John and Matthew were all there. He's certainly grown a little bit since then.
Yeah, certainly.
Hasn't put on any weight. Still looks terrific.
So really, a couple of fours required here for South Perth. If they can find a couple of fours, they can still breathe a little bit of life into this one. Anything less than that, and it looks pretty safe for Manning. This is right in the area from Adjhiel, just going to trickle round. And it's well played.
So holding shot on the Torella rink still.
Both sides would have come out here looking to make the early running, Pete. It's Manning that was able to do it.
He did. It was pretty close across the board for 3 or 4 ends, and then
we can't underestimate this performance. To beat the top 3 sides, and that's what they've done. Manning's finished 4th, so they've beaten the top 3 sides in consecutive matches after they came into the finals with a loss to the bottom place Safety Bay in the final round of competition. Now, I don't know. I mean, they did have a couple of people out for that game.
They did.
Little bit of COVID protocols required.
Isolation issues. Nothing. Thankfully, nothing too extreme.
But nevertheless, perhaps not the greatest form to come into a final series in, but
definitely not.
What an amazing performance it's been. And you finish 3rd or 4th. That it's laid out for you. You know what you got to do.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Blake Butler. He's taking on the selection job this year. He's definitely a passionate bowler. Crinkling.
Leave your can alone, mate.
I thought my pen was going to fly away. So Blake, he's passionate with the under-18s.
Yes, absolutely.
He's certainly passionate with Manning itself, so it's great to have those people running your club or involved heavily in your club.
And for Dave Downey, as he draws the shot, what a year it's been for him. He's put away a state singles title and now looking like a Premier League title as well.
Exactly.
As Tyrone Alberti drives on the rink next door to no avail.
So we certainly hope in the future he's going to make himself a state selection and things. Unfortunately this year he can't with new jobs and commitments he has.
He's certainly shown today that he's got plenty to offer.
But certainly at some point I think he'll be certainly interested, and along with, there's a few there, Will Hyatt as well. He's had a couple of years in the academy and had a great talk to him, as I said, pre-season, where he was really looking forward to the season. Just finding his feet as a second. Clearly did that. And he's shown every range of shot today.
Ross Beslin just on the outside here. Great effort. So at the moment, Manning a holding shot on both rinks. That's all it would take, you would think. I mean, 1 and 1 does leave it at... No, 1 and 1's enough.
Got the calculator out?
I was thinking it was 14 shots difference, but it's 15 shots difference.
Ooh,
so
did you get it wrong?
No, I didn't get it wrong. I'm just thinking.
You just thought it wrong?
Yeah.
I'm taking that. So we'll give it a friend, because they do have only 1 in 4, but I was just going to pull up short. Sets that, stays. There is a 4 there.
Glenn Pauling with big weight next door and has killed the end.
Killed it.
Keeps the dream alive.
So if Ross can at least get it out for 3 or stay for 4. Is why the skippers get paid the big dollars. He's played a few of these tight. Can he get squeeze around?
He's on the front bowl. What's it doing with that though?
Maybe
nothing, but he has trickled up for shot.
It's better than nothing.
And found himself standing in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, no, he's doing the do-si-do with himself. Back and forth, back and forth.
So Will Hyatt, you'd expect just to be on the draw. He's not...
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be overweight because he don't want to take his own.
Gets to the downy bowl, falls off it.
1 down really doesn't hurt Manning here.
Gets to the downy bowl and falls back off it. Got too much of that one for that.
1 to South Perth it is. They continue to work their way back into this one on this rink. 19-12 now the lead to Manning, and that takes the aggregate to 81-67 with 3 ends to play. And both both rinks starting those ends now because we had a dead end next door. So 81-67, 3 ends to play.
Looking across, Scotty O'Brien's certainly the last 4 or 5 ends, he's been really good. He's been nailing that jack, even though the Glen Pauling team has been getting closer. Scotty O'Brien's played good.
Reality is there's quality all over this. There's quality and youth. There's experience and youth all the way through this Manning side. They've got a nice blend going.
Yep.
Brad Hogg in his first series year in Premier League. I know
Yes.
he had a little dabble at Premier League last year.
But
Brad Hogg just brings winning with him, doesn't he? I'm led to believe he's had a couple of inspirational speeches to the team before the games. I don't think we can broadcast them, but he has been quite inspirational in a couple of the speeches he's delivered.
he'd have a story to tell.
Clearing the front.
Climbs around that. That's a
Perfect
good shot.
Well played, Otto Dawson, right in the front of the jack. Well,
Back of the
actually,
jack.
yeah, he just skimmed
Go
around
on,
it.
mate. Come on, get it right. You've had 19 ends to get this right. Listeners and viewers, I can see his mind ticking.
Peter Harris.
Ticking.
Well, that might be the worst bowl we've seen from
Yeah.
from Mitch Walker. I don't say that to be critical. He's actually had a really good game.
He has. He's played very few of them. So can Mitch Bigland capitalise? Sneaking around the front, which he's
The weight's
done.
good to get round. Yeah, it's not a bad bowl.
Bit too far, but
Probably. He would have loved that to be 2 feet closer than
Yeah.
what that is.
yep. Edges, not done a lot there. Best I can say for it.
South Perth will be a little bit disappointed here that the Manning Bowls have given them a chance to be holding 2 or 3. They've got the one.
Yep.
Really important that Mitch Bigland gets this one in the count. Looks to still have that weight on
Yeah,
it.
he's still flying red, isn't he?
He's actually found the ditch with that, so
Edge has got the height this time. It's just a matter he's got the length. Not quite. He's going to pull up short. So again, opportunities to have 2 or 3 here, and they've only got 1. So can Scotty Walker find a way around the front? He's going to have to do it the hard way by the look of his line. Ooh. Has the breeze come up or something?
just turned right, didn't it? Now, next door looks like Manning on the jack.
Yep, that's
again.
still that Scott O'Brien bowl still sitting there. So Dave Downey made sure he got there.
Glenn Pauling wandering back to have a quick chat with Rocco about what they're going to try and do here.
He's looking over there and saying, "Ooh, that's not pretty."
Well,
They got shot, but
look.
they're still not pretty.
South Perth pretty much need a miracle, but you've got to at least try and make a miracle happen.
Yep. Unfortunately, at the moment, Ross Preston's not in a position to make that miracle happen.
He's got him missing wide.
So they've gone the kill option.
The problem for Glenn is I don't think he's got an angle to try and kill. The bowls in the front of the head have things blocked up, so I don't see an angle that Glenn can use to kill next door.
No, he needs to use like half weight with his first to try and move the jack.
Make a hole, yeah.
Either move a bowl off the line or move the jack to a position where he can get to it.
Ross Preston does have that option.
Yes.
If he doesn't feel like one's enough.
Well, going on the last Scott Walker
clearly
bowl,
one's
he decided one's not enough.
You're correct. Yeah,
it isn't enough, and we all.
Yep.
So Glenn's sort of he's trying to sneak around the front, trying to make me. He hasn't moved anything, so he hasn't made anything better for himself over there. And ultimately,
Ross Preston is missing under. Well, he's got an edge.
Got his own. Which is really, who cares?
It feels like this is it.
Well, Glenn again still hasn't got anything.
Remarkable performance from Manning. They only made the finals by 3 points.
Yeah, could quite easily have been a number of teams.
Sorrento, yep. And they've come up with the perfect weekend. The perfect set, 3 from 3. Top 3 teams. All just pushed aside. They put the writing on the wall on this one very, very early.
So Ross needs a kill.
Credit to South Perth for a fantastic year.
If he doesn't get a kill,
Ross is wide and found the gap. Glenn Pauling still deciding what to do with his last.
So if Glenn can't kill it, then it's all over.
I thought Glenn probably should have gone big with the first to try and open up an opportunity, but he's.
It seems like he needs to hit the front yellow to hope that, from our view, he's obviously he's put the cue in the rack because he's only drawing. So that'll be game over, game set match.
Shaking hands is happening, and that is it. Manning have done it. They have completed a clean sweep victory this weekend. An incredible performance from the Manning Eagles. They come into a weekend. They need 3 from 3. Nothing else will do. They survive a thriller against Cambridge early on when that one could have gone either way. But from there, they've put double view to the sword yesterday afternoon, and then come out and smashed it in the first half of this match.
Yeah, it was a great performance. What can you say? Yes, they played well. There were good games across the board. South Perth certainly shouldn't have lost too many admirers. They stuck at it. They put everything into it. They'd be really disappointed again. They'll be wondering when it happened, but Manning in the end were just too good.
Not sure what that final result was on this rink. We'll give one to South Perth. They were pretty close. So 19-13 goes the way of Manning, but it's an aggregate victory to the Manning side. Let's have a look through their team. So
before you go, I'm just going to quickly leave you while you do that.
Yes, thanks, Pete.
Thank you very much for your contribution today. It was much appreciated. I need to make sure these blokes out here don't muck the presentations up, but thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you for everyone listening. Thank you to professionals for a wonderful year, and we hope to see you back very soon. So
good on you, Pete.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks, mate. It's Peter Harris as he leaves us, and our winning team: Tom Mitchell, Lewis Grigg, Brad Hogg, and Miles Kemp. Shane Knott, Nathan Jones, Mark Ellis, and Joe Angel. Will Hyatt, Dave Downey, and Adge Hill and Mitch Walker on our show rink today. And Daniel Truella, Blake Butler, Peter Kerr and Scott O'Brien. They are the Premier League champions from Manning. Manning do the double. They take the women's title and the men's title. It will be celebrations all round at the home of the Manning Eagles. An amazing performance by that club. Just a reminder, Gosnells took the one white premiership over Mount Lawley, winning 78-66. And it was Joondalup victorious 98-63 over Kalamunda in the one blue playoff. We are going to stay here and get the presentations. Preparations are just being completed over there, so stick with us, and we'll be able to see the wonderful Manning side. What a performance! You know, they came into finals. They lost their final match, round 18 match. They lost to Safety Bay, who despite being competitive in the second half of the season, We would have thought that the premiers might defeat the bottom side in the last round, but it wasn't to be. But that's all history now, as they've completed an amazing weekend. Just brilliant performance from Manning. As we said, a wonderful blend of youth and experience throughout the team. A real look of satisfaction across the rinks right now, as Brad Hogg running across to celebrate with some of his teammates, and you can just see that it's a real sense of accomplishment. A few of these guys, experiencing Premier League for almost their first full seasons, and they've come up with the win in emphatic style. South Perth, a fantastic season. They tried their absolute hardest to get back into this one, but Manning just did far too good a job early on, and really made all the running in the first half of the match. So we're just waiting for the final preparations to be done for our presentations. So stick with us. Don't forget, state triples next weekend, so the draw will be out on Monday for that, and plenty of great events, over 60s events, plenty of great events still to come. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in the BPL Cup, get your club involved there, get them signed up, and they can host an event, and you can have an absolute ball. Congratulations to all the pennant winners across the weekend. It's been a marvellous weekend of finals. Congratulations to everyone that got us to the end of the season. Who would have thought that, a few weeks ago there was plenty of nerves as to whether or not we would make it to our final day. But we've got there, and Manning are our champions. It looks like we're ready to cross to Kent Pride for our presentation.
One white and Blue South can make their way over to this green. We'll do the presentations.
Okay, we're still waiting for a few of the other divisions to get across there. But yeah, credit to everyone that's been involved in getting our season complete. Final aggregate score for Manning. Well, we didn't quite get the last couple of results, so needless to say, I would say we ended up with a 13-shot win to Manning, but not entirely sure of how those final ends came out. So in the end, Manning won't care. They're very happy with the win. Doesn't matter how many buy, and they've done the job. We're seeing the victorious Joondalup side head over for their presentation, and Gosnells. Fantastic year for both of those teams. And what a fantastic performance by Grant Nichols' rink from Gosnells, 25-11 victory. They did the job yesterday to get Gosnells here by beating Bassendean, and they've done it again today. Joondalup, big winners. Ben Leggett, 30 shots to 13. Big winners to get Joondalup over the line, and they're a club on the rise. I think all is in readiness now at the presentation area, so we will cross to Ken Pride for the presentation here and on the Bowls WA Finals Day.
Now into the slightly more formal part of the afternoon, the presentations to our three winners and sides that played today and clearly had terrific seasons as well. A few thank yous first, if we may. As always, we've, I guess, limped our way over to the end of the season, which is fantastic. I guess 7 or 8 weeks ago, lots of doubters that we would get through the pennant season, but thank you for your patience. Obviously, there are people in all our clubs that aren't necessarily here today, which is a great shame, but we've got there in the end. Umpires who are always fantastic and on hand as our volunteers, always very much appreciated, those in yellow. And thank you, obviously, to the host clubs, in particular today, Yokine. Always a little bit doubtful as to what the weather was going to do to us. Yokine's assistance in making their 3 grass greens available today. So without further ado, let's move into the presentations. And the first one we'll do, obviously 2 sides now had a fantastic years, finishing on top in their respective blue, north and south. Just before I go through the flag presentation, very much are our sponsors, our naming sponsors, the professionals. Cam Wilson, director from the professionals, is here today. And if you can just give your ears to Cam for a few moments. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken. Yeah, to come on board and sponsor the Metros for Perth Bowls. Larry Bandy gave me a call about middle of last year and said, Blooms are out and do you want to get involved? And gave him a resounding yes. Having been, I'm now 3rd generation boots and the cricket whites now, so involved in it in a long time. So it's a great opportunity, and I'd just like to say congratulations to all the winners today. Commiserations to the losers, unfortunately. You all bowled really well under. So, yeah, congratulations to all. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks very much for the professionals who will continue their sponsorship with us for next season, which is a great assistance, obviously, for all. To go through our men's blue now, well played. Of course, we'll go through to blue-white, but all the credits today go to Blue North, the North this year, to Joondalup. Congratulations to Joondalup. They'd like to come forward. Yeah, we can give you a if you like. Thank you. Joondalup, blue. Joondalup, blue. Get it on the right way. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Who's going to speak, lads?
He's the boss.
Yeah, boys. Thank you. First of all, to Callum, terrific game. It was fantastic spirit. It was tough all day. Just at the end, had to go chasing a bit, and we jumped away a bit. So, really looking forward to next year games, and congratulations to all the other winners today. Fantastic effort. And also the guys that came second, well done, and thanks to Yokine. Thank you. Hey, want to do it here or take them away?
Oh, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Say cheese, boys. Cheesy! Yeah, let's. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Well on to Joondalup. Through to our one white now. Of course, those sides will now make their way through to the Premier League next year. I don't know in my memory that Mount Lawley ever made it through to Premier League, or on the old days since schools have been there as well. But all credit to Mount Lawley. Clearly had an outstanding season this year in Division White, and look forward to seeing them in Premier League next year. So well played, Mount Lawley. But our flag winners today. A decade, I imagine. Let's welcome to receive their flag and badges, Gosnells Bowling Club.
Okay, is it on? Well, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a man of very few words, so any words you probably can't understand what I'm saying anyway. So I would like to thank Mount Lawley for a terrific game this morning. They've been the form side all season and thoroughly deserve to get their promotion up to Premier League. And good on them, we hope to renew rivalry with them next year. To my boys, they really were fantastic. At the start of the season, I would have said, oh, as long as we avoid relegation, we'll have had a good year. But no, we kept on going, managed to get into the 4, into the 2. Goodness me, we've just won the flag. So well done, boys. Thanks to Bulls, Yokai, and the Greens. Thanks a lot.
Well played to Gosnells, and I say congratulations to Mount Morley on a couple of terrific seasons. Down to the Premier League, obviously a preeminent event in WA Pennant Bowls. Congratulations to both these clubs. Obviously had outstanding seasons. To South Perth, bridesmaids again, unfortunately. Had a terrific year, obviously getting through yesterday in the second semi-final, but hopes were dashed by a very, very strong and well-credentialed Manning side. Not easy to come from fourth position. Particularly with a week or two to go and some doubts whether they'd even make the fourth. So terrific run over the last month. Congratulations to South Perth, as I said, but all credit this year to our Premier League premiers in the Manning Bowling Club.
Very happy. Come here, Blake. They're all pointing the finger at you, Blake. Come, Blake. Come, Blake. Hello, Susan. No, there's no pre-game speeches here. Just like to thank all the other winners, all the other teams that played today. It's my third year of bowls, and I don't think I have seen more inspiration or emotion on the sideline. A couple of ends to go. We thought we had it quite clearly, but the way that South Perth fans just got, and I've never had that much pressure in any sport. So well done to South Perth. To Gosnells and Mount Lawley, I think we're playing you next year, you Mount Lawley crew. I've been dealing with you over the last couple of years, so had a good run with you. So looking forward to that next year. Perth, who we played against, you're sensational today, sensational throughout the year, so thank you very much for your contribution and the way you played today and throughout the whole season and the finals yesterday. You came from second and then straight into the final, so you had the rest, and yeah, you got here today, so thanks very much for that. WA, sensational, professionals. Thanks very much, mate. Yep, sensational. If it wasn't for our sponsors, bowls wouldn't be here. And to Yokine Bowling Club, yet again, another finals year. It has been sensational. And Ken, another great job. Thanks, Hoggy. Oh, well done, boys.
All right, folks, this is Manning. Obviously enjoy the photo and the presentation of the shield. Look, thanks very much again for being here, participation. A couple of events to go, and we'll call 22 at an end. So we've limped through the season. Thank you for your patience today. Thanks to professionals, thanks to Yokine Bowling Club, and hopefully we all get through the winter and we're back again next season. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. The Manning Eagles are the champions. The Premier League champions. We certainly congratulate all of our winners. Gosnells taking the one white title and Joondalup taking the one blue title. Congratulations to all the pennant winners that won titles yesterday as well. There they are, the Manning Eagles. What a performance. They beat the top three sides consecutively across this weekend. And I'm sure it's going to be huge celebrations at the Manning Club. The men's title and the women's title going the way of Manning. That is going to conclude our coverage from the Yokine Bowls Club. A brilliant performance from Yokine, hosting another fantastic finals day. We'll be back. We'll be back whenever we're next streaming. We certainly encourage everyone to stay safe out there, and we will catch you next time. What a great performance!
In